Oh, great. We have 7 people, just like yesterday. Huh? But then yesterday also people came in between. Yeah, we, almost 12 people, 13 people were there. I guess somewhere in the middle. Am I correct, guys? Was my observation correct? There were more people joined, right? Maybe after 9 o'clock. Guys, am I talking to myself or are there people other side? Hello.
Yes. Good morning, Sumit.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing good. So let me change the name also. This is coming as a default name as Damini. Because it is Damini's ID, obviously. Change the name. Cool. Okay. Lot of. So, Shravan, by the way, you remain in the session till the end yesterday, right?
Yes.
Why wasn't it was your this,
No. That is that will now be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Weekends हो गया.
Okay. Good
So
for
it's,
me. You would be in the session, huh? Good for me.
yes, good for me also.
Where were you, Annamalai, yesterday? Huh? Wasn't there?
No, in our place we have some function to celebrate. No, yesterday, so it's going Pongal celebration. So I can't able to.
Pongal, these are different names. Right?
Yeah, right.
So did you fly the kite?
Yeah, I just went to little video. I can't get you. It's really
Sorry?
distant. I can't get you properly.
I said, did you fly the kites?
It's a very background noise is very bad here. So I can't hear you.
I'll write on chat. I'll write on chat.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. What about others?
No. We never use kite in the function.
Okay.
Just only we have some this one.
So in few places now they do fly kite like Jaipur, I guess Hyderabad also, and then Ahmedabad, Gujarat. They fly kites a lot on this day.
Okay. But we came to native place actually. Actually, I'm staying in Chennai and I just came to native to celebrate.
Okay. Good to know that. Cool. What about this Prajwal Patil? I guess this is the first time I'm seeing this word, Prajwal Patil. Can you introduce yourself? Who are you? I don't remember interacting with you ever.
Sir, I've not joined for a couple of lectures.
Couple? I guess you haven't joined any of my lectures, right?
No, I mean, I've attended first 2 or 3, but I had to go to my hometown because, there was some family issues.
Okay.
And I've returned now. And yesterday I was going to join, but so there was Makar Sankranti and all.
Okay. So, did you watch all the videos, recorded videos of mine?
No, sir, I'm still catching up. I've watched 2 or 3 videos right now.
Okay. There's a lot to catch up then.
Yes, sir.
Why not introduce yourself so that I know who you are?
So, sir, I'm from Pune, and I'm currently doing BBA. I'm in last year.
BBA last year, huh?
Yes.
You're almost like Atish's age. Huh? You know Atisha?
No, sir.
Yes. A year older.
Atisha is a part of this session only, Prajwal. He is a part of this session only. He is one of your classmate, virtual classmate by that sense. Right? Cool. All right. So you completed, you're in second year of BBA, you said. Or you completed, I just missed one.
I am in the last year right now.
Oh, 1 year elder. Cool.
Yes.
And what's your plan after doing BBA?
So I have enrolled for CFA.
Oh, nice.
And I'm taking a training for that. It's starting from next month.
Training like what? In what sense are you taking the training?
I've joined classes here in Pune.
Which classes?
Infantry.
Who is going to teach? Utkarsh Jain.
Yes, sir.
Good. He's a great fellow. He won't be knowing me. I know him because he is very renowned, and he runs his classes and has been doing it since last 10 years, I guess now.
Yes, yes.
I had a chance to interact with him on LinkedIn once, but I see a lot of following for him. Yeah, LinkedIn. Nice. So you would be attending physical sessions because I guess they now started virtual sessions also.
No, they have currently online sessions.
Yeah, right. Because the post-COVID they started this virtual sessions also. I noticed.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
CMA is
Sumit,
something which is your plan to do, right?
Yes, means I'm planning to start with the finance field right away.
Okay. So where do you live in Pune? Is it like your hometown or you went there for education?
No, I'm living here for 10 to 12 years right now. And my hometown is in Kolhapur in Maharashtra.
Okay. Nice, Mr. Patil. Good to know you.
yeah, Sumit,
Yes.
if you could spare a minute, I wanted to ask something.
Pucho na yaar. I can spare all the minutes. I have what we have 240 minutes.
Actually, I wanted to ask about an NCFM module. Can I share
NCFM
my
module.
yeah,
Okay.
a particular NCFM module? Can I share my screen?
Karo, share karo.
This one.
Let it. Which one? For fundamental analysis, huh? Okay.
Can I go for this one? I mean, we have already covered all these things, so it wouldn't take much.
Yeah, you can go for it. See, even we covered or not, but it is not difficult to clear this NCFM. You need to understand exams should be easy only. If you go through as soon as you apply for it, I guess you will be given a booklet,
Yes.
a soft copy booklet, right?
Yes.
Which would be easy for you to crack this, and you can go for it. There's nothing wrong in learning and reading and something.
I mean, it would help me in the B school interview, na? Right?
That is something which I don't know really actually, because I didn't do any of these courses and still I got through a B school, right? And what would help? See, I can see what I can say is, see, I'm not against NSC or NCFM, or there are other institute also like AMFI, right, which provides a lot of training on mutual fund and all. We need to understand there is a reason these courses are there, and one of the reason is a regulatory reason. So they are under the, so if what is NSC? You talk about NSC. NSC is not education institute, right? NSC is a core trading platform it provides, right? But regulator SEBI would require NSE to go do something in the line of investor education. So they come up with this program and then they open NSE Academy itself. Now under NSE Academy, they provide MBA courses also. There is one course with NSE in which I guess ICICI bank is also associated, wherein they provide integrated program, MBA integrated program, and then the person gets a job in the ICICI bank itself. You are there, right, Atisha? Or you left the session? Atisha is not there, right? It seems he left the session. I guess because of some connection issue, he left the session. Yeah,
I
he's there,
just
right?
left.
तो कैसा होता है कि see what can help is CFA can help you get into this. You need to understand why CFA can help you to get into B school. You need to understand this is the reason. Now in B school they provide placement. It's a placement program oriented course, right? They almost provide a placement guarantee kind of, because on campus they come a lot of companies, right? So there is a lot of competition inside the B school itself. So for example, if CRISIL is coming, CRISIL, you know, it's a credit rating company, one of the best credit rating company based out of India. It is backed by S&P, right? So for example, CRISIL is coming and to the campus, and if they have some people, everybody, for example, you get through a college called IMT Ghaziabad. You know IMT Ghaziabad?
Yes, yes.
You get into a college called IMT Ghaziabad. Now there would be 400 plus people would be there in total, and I guess in finance stream there would be mota there would be 150 kind of students. Okay, so everyone would be applying for it. Okay, there's no doubt that they will not apply for it, because CRISIL being one of the best companies into credit research and credit rating of our country, and it has a huge brand value, right? So everybody would apply for it. And now, when everybody is applying for it, maybe out of 100, out of 150, 100 people applied for it, and they come across all the CVs, and you see, once you would be part of that B school, all the CVs would look similar.
Oh,
Because first of all, the format would be a standardized format which would be given to you by your placement team, and you need to strictly follow that format.
yes.
Okay. Second, everyone's highest education or the latest education would be the same college, right?
Right.
Everybody has gone through the training of the same faculty, and more or less everybody would have undergone a similar kind of project. Maybe in that project, the company which you would pick is Infosys, and some other group would pick is Motilal Oswal, and somebody else would pick some IFL Finance. That would be the only difference. But the things which you need to take in consideration as a part of that project would be same. So, for example, you would be asked to calculate the intrinsic value of a company, a publicly listed company. So the process which you have to follow is the same. The outcome would be different because input is different. The company is different, so outcome in the form of value per share would come different. But that is okay. Learning is in that process, right? So everyone would be applying the same process, and all the CVs would look same. So what would differentiate you would be something significant which you have done. You need to understand.
Yes.
NISM is not something significant. Okay, it is a very core, very simple, very basic thing. So if you will show some NISM certificate, and if you think that some NISM certificate would give you some edge, that would be just your something in your head, but it will not give any edge, because everybody knows it's very basic, right? So yeah, but there, if you would have something like CFA level 1 or level 2 to showcase, and on the top of it, Ashish, if you can postpone your plan to go for MBA, and if you can spend 2 years in the work, right? Right now you're 21, right? What is the age?
I'm 19.
19. So for example, 19 in second year, right?
Yes.
So by the time you complete 20, or maybe somewhere you approaching 21, you would have completed third year also, right?
Yes.
So add 2 years to that. To go for a long internship of 6 months or 1 year, or if you're getting a full-time job, join that and work for 2 years at least. Okay, it's somewhere into the finance domain, and use that time rather than from day one fighting for cat and dog, right? Start doing CFA right now if you really are looking to make a whole great because the CFA level 1, by the time you complete your BCom or BBA with, sorry, I forgot, BCom or BBA, what you're doing?
BCom.
Yeah, so BCom, by the time you complete your BCom, your level 1 is completed, for example, it will help you to get a good role in a good company to start with, right? It will help you to get into job. There also CFA level will help you to differentiate Atishay from all the different Atishay BCom, you know.
Yes.
Because they say everyone is same, names are different, but we all belong to human community, right? So all is Atishay. There is a song, I'll show you. Do you follow Osho? You are in Pune, right? You're not Pune. Which city you are in?
Currently, I'm in Delhi.
Currently in Delhi. So there is this godly character Osho. I'm a fan. Okay.
Okay.
So he has a song. Okay, I'll show you. You can see the screen, right?
Yes, yes.
So one of his song, a wonderful song.
Even I'm a fan of Osho.
Great, nice.
Osho and Jiddu Krishnamurti.
Yeah, nice. So Krishnamurti talks at a very deep level and it's very difficult to understand. In fact, Osho's speech also very difficult to understand beyond a point. You feel like sleeping, and most of the time I fell asleep.
No, I
So,
think these two people are the most intelligent, of all the people that I've ever heard in my life.
Correct.
Yeah, and even Sadhguru can be included.
Yeah, Sadhguru, that's why I was about to come to Sadhguru, that discuss the difference between all these and Sadhguru. This Sadhguru is making that language easy. Maybe the message is the same, but he's
Yes.
making that language easy, right? For a deeper penetration into the population. जिधर भी मैं देखूं मैं ही मैं हूँ, जिधर भी देखो. Although I'm not able to get that song, the problem with YouTube is that what is not useful, you'll find 1 million, 10 million,
Correct.
100 million views, and what is useful, you'll find things will not come. Now,
Yes.
if you write Osho and women, Osho, sex, if you write these kind of things, all the different videos will come immediately because there's all kind of rumors about him, right? But if you want to find one good song which he has given to the entire society, it is difficult to have. जिधर भी मैं देखूं उधर मैं ही मैं हूँ, मुझे मेरी मस्ती कहाँ ले आए, मुझे भी. This is the song. Atish, listen to this song. Yeah. Try to understand what it says, and then I'll tell you again.
Okay.
Are you ready to become a data proficient employee? Introducing the postgrad.
You are on mute actually.
Sorry, I'm on mute, but yeah, the sound is coming for this video. Right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so this is 8 minutes long song, and I don't want to bore with you because I can't
Yeah,
trust
I got the
everyone
idea.
on what I like, right? But the idea is this, Atish, that we all are one ultimately. So as soon as you realize this fact, you would see that there's not one Atish. There is Atish in everyone. So even if you would be standing in, you will find you are just one only, right? I hope you got the same message which I'm telling you, right?
Yes.
So he's not denying the fact that I'm standing in crowd and yeah, and he's also not. This is few people think this is a selfish note that you want to see on yourself. There is no one else outside, so you are becoming the highest epitome of the selfishness. But that is very wrong interpretation of it. Okay, what he not being selfish is something like you, and when you see others, they are also you only. So even if the others are in pain, that is your pain only. So in fact, it is not the selfishness, the complete क्या बोलते हैं उसको, I'm the word, but there is a complete empathetic view. Yeah, it's a complete empathetic view rather than because. So that's how you put all the world fraternity. So this is how CV will look. You all will be one, but now in a competitive world, you like to differentiate yourself. So that is where your CFA level 1 would look different when all the 150 CVs of shortlist. I guess there was some internet disturbance, but the internet is back. So Atish, they don't have time, Atish, to actually interview 150 people. So from the 150 different Atish's CV which they have, they would choose 5 or 7 Atish or 10 Atish. Can you come in that 5, 10 Atish? Yes, if you have something different to show, and that is why your CFA and your work experience will help you. Because otherwise the chances of standing out in a B school against the people who are coming from engineering background, and today you need to understand we are entering into digital world. So especially it would be the engineers come MBAs again, their demand would have going to rise. rather than
But
BCom
like, I
plus finance.
mean, freshers do make it there, no?
That is a myth. But then this is what they happen. See, need to understand every MBA college, when the recruitment drive start for MBA college, in the sense the admission process start for MBA college, this admission committee is given a target that boss, you need to have 50 girls, 50 boys. You need to have 20, 30 freshers also, because don't bring all the engineers to us. So why do they do it? So that in order to
Diversity.
all halabulla. This is all halabulla. You need to understand. This is all upper to create and attract, to make your batch profile attractive, and that is something which they would go and market also to all the companies. See, we have the best diversified batch. You come and take it. But at the end of the day, and which would be one of the criteria for the companies also to come and take it. But what will happen at the end of the day is that companies will pick only those to whom there is already some experience, because there is no attitude issue. Somebody who is already having an experience as compared to a fresher, there can be an attitude issue, right? So somebody who's already worked would be knowing that corporate ऐसे ही चलता है boss, right?
Correct.
So that is so this. Second is that your training cost go down. Right? If you acquire someone is already having this, and third, the person who's going with some experience will always be picky.
Correct.
They say right now is a stock market, Atishay, where only a stock picker can win. 10 months back, it was a stock market where everyone could win. Gada Goda sab chal raha tha. But going forward, all the gadas and godas will not work. Only godas will work, but it will be a huge task to find out who the goda is and who the gada is.
Yes.
Are you getting what I'm saying? You
Yes.
become picker. Similarly, when you have experience already of 2 to 3 years, and then you go to MBA, hundreds of companies are coming for placement. You can become a picker rather than being a beggar.
Correct.
Okay. Fourth, your package would always be lower as a fresher as compared to the same people who are part of the session. Now, one exception can be there. There can be someone who is from SRCC. Are you from SRCC?
No.
There can be some fresher who is within having a SRCC plus CFA level, all the three cleared, plus very high-fi communication skills, and he get a package and which is as at par with all the experienced candidate, and that profile would be projected by the all MBA college to everyone. See, no, boys, all the freshers also get same package as the experienced one. They need to understand that one person is extreme case. You cannot bring average out of an extreme number. If Ambani is sitting in a bus and you want to calculate the average net worth of the people who are sitting in that public bus, and by chance Ambani is also sitting, obviously the net worth would go of 30 people who are sitting in that public bus, the net worth will go to 3,000 crore rupees per person. But as soon as you remove that Ambani, the net worth will become 3 lakh rupees per person. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because if they even forget 3 lakh, even if 3,000 crore, even if they had 3 crore rupees, they would not have been sitting in the bus.
Correct.
Right? They would have been driving Kia Seltos. So you need to understand, just because the money is sitting in the bus, it is actually taking the average to very high level. Yeah, there would be some fresher who would be exceptional case, and you can be that exceptional also. But then to start with, do not think yourself exception. Right? Think yourself, be humble and make great efforts. Maybe you turn out to be the exceptional if you go with that analogy. Right? So from that perspective, if you want an honest feedback, that's what I'm giving you, that it's a waste of time to really run for an MBA college right now. It is a parent's dream which is reflected on students, and you coming from Jain background, there might be some parents' dream also कि boss फटाफट education से खत्म करो यार, एक चीज खत्म होगी दूसरी चीज आगे बढ़ेगी. But you need to understand, Bhaskar over here is not a fresher, right? Shravan over here is not a fresher. क्या उनके लिए एक चीज खत्म हो गई क्या? नहीं होगी. Now we are living in a world where एक चीज कभी खत्म होगी नहीं. अगर एक चीज खत्म हो जाती तो I was not mad. So today I started waking up at 3:45. So I woke up at 3:45. As I told you yesterday, now I'll come get back into this thing, right? So I'm not mad that I'm waking up at 3:45 and 4 o'clock I'm started reading, and from 4 to 6:30 I'm reading. Why I do it? So अगर वो खत्म हो गया education, तो क्यों मैं बेवकूफ में पढ़ रहा हूँ?
सही बात है.
तो अब वो टर्न चला गया कि बहुत अब now it's an amalgamation of studies and work together. You need to understand we are living in an era where you have to keep learning and keep gaining more and more skills to outstand. Right? Till the time you get into this dream of getting into sannyasa, when you think of getting into sannyasa, then it's a different way. But go and honestly, practically go and living in Osho's ashram is not very cheap. It's very expensive also. So even if you think of taking in a sannyasa and living a good life, for that also money is needed, right? So try to earn that money ASAP, but with the right strategy, rather than just having a strategy of finishing one thing and starting another thing. कि मैं जॉब करना चालू करूंगा तो फिर जॉब ही जॉब करूंगा, नहीं फर्स्ट पढ़ना तो टाइम पड़ेगा. ठीक है, तो एक्सपीरियंस लो आप 2 साल का, और उस एक्सपीरियंस जब 1 साल का पूरा हो जाए, जिस भी कंपनी में आप जाओ उस तरह से उसके साथ रेपुटेशन बना के रखो कि जब भी आपको 3 महीने की छुट्टी चाहिए वो मिल जाए. Even if you are in the worst of the company, if you make good reputation, things are possible. And at the end of the day, you're not working to earn your livelihood. Na? You're working to just to get experience and learning. When you are working before doing MBA. Once you have started working after doing MBA, then it will become a reason of working will also become livelihood. For me, if you ask me, I'm earning for my livelihood, right?
Yes.
I have to. Otherwise, what will happen? See, me, my wife, where would we live? This chat, this laptop, this everything is because I'm earning for livelihood, right? But when I was doing MBA and before MBA, was I really bothered about livelihood? No, my parents was there. My parents are still there, but you feel ashamed to take money at the age of 31 from your parents, right?
Yes.
But till the age of 24, 25, there should not be any shame, because see, you need to understand, till 25, even the granthas of Hindu are allowed. Hinduism or India's granths allowed people to be a student till the age of 25, right? That's what the ages are distributed, right, Shravan? 0 to 25, 26 to 50, 50 to 75, and 75 to 100. 75 to 100 is the time when you should live in an extreme forest. So it is allowed. Why are you in a rush? I don't know. So make some experience, use this time to do CFA, and CFA level 2 करने के बाद में start preparing for CAT and hold on CFA level 3. But if you want to complete CFA level 3, nobody is stopping you. You can take 3 years experience also. और चलते चलते पता चला MBA की जरूरत ही नहीं है boss. Why to spend 20 lakh rupees if you with CFA degree also you are getting a similar result. 1-2 lakh ऊपर नीचे. And then complete 7 years of experience and go for executive MBA. That would lend you at a package of 30 lakh rupees if you are able to do from a good college. 30-35 lakh rupees of package it would lend you to start with after 7 years of experience, CFA degree already, and 7 years of relevant experience. अभी जॉब मांगोगे मिल जाएगी, बाद में जॉब मांगोगे तो मिलेगी नहीं, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि वो बोलेंगे कि एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए. अब बोलोगे यार एक्सपीरियंस तो है नहीं, इट्स लाइक चिकन एंड एग स्टोरी. Yeah, so think in that line and make your decision accordingly.
Okay, thank you
I
so
guess
much.
we have talked enough. Yeah. All right, nice. Now, I guess by this time everybody has joined anyways, so we should continue. Okay. So, any question on this DCF valuation, guys? Anyone has any question on this DCF valuation? Guys, am I there? Am I talking to? I'm there, I guess. I'm there, but can you hear me? Am I talking to myself?
Yeah, Sumit, I need to understand this once more. Means we are mechanically we are extrapolating those 10 years earnings, and we are calculating the forecasted period earning first, right? Of 10 years. And then there are two mechanisms in it. One is the terminal value, and one is the present value of the forecasted period. Okay.
See, now let's talk about it. So your understanding is perfectly correct, Mr. Biswas. You need to understand you are forecasting for 10 years for this company. But is it a mandatory to forecast for 10 years and then take terminal value? No, it is not mandatory.
No.
You can forecast for 20 years, you can forecast for 5 years. Now, what should be the length of forecast? No, the length of forecast would again depend on your research and your understanding that how long this company can keep growing and achieve maturity. So till the time you think the company is not going to achieve maturity and there would be growth rates, maybe the growth rate might be downward trajectory, but still there would be growth rate.
Okay.
Right. So till the time, so for example, growth rate having a growth rate of 25% to then 20%, then maybe, so growth rate is going down, right? But still the company would be growing, right? Then there was a time when HDFC Bank was growing at 25%, then started growing at 20%. Now I guess it's growing at a 10 to 15%, but still it's growing. So can you still apply a DCF model and do a long-term forecast? Yeah, I guess yes.
Yes.
So the length of the applying this would be depending on when do you think is the probable time the company would be achieving maturity. And would you ever get to know what is the exact time? No. That's why you will always find a probable time. Then the probable time here we are believing that in 10 years plus or minus 1-2 years, the company should achieve maturity, and that is why we observed 10 years of high growth rate, and which started going down from 6th year onwards. If you see, from 13.3% to 10.73% to 8.15% to 5.58%, and ultimately reaching to a growth which you feel going to be the terminal growth rate, right? Growth rate which is a very small single digit number, which you believe the company would be growing once it attains the maturity. Yeah. So first of all, on the number of years for which you will do forecast, Mr. Biswas, is it going to be any rule to have a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year, 20 years? There is no rule. It all depends on how long do you think would be the high growth rate trajectory till the time it reaches to that terminal period when where the growth rate would be more in line with the GDP growth rate of the country or some macro factor like population growth, right? First, is that clear?
Yes.
Second thing, Mr. Indrajit Biswas, what we are doing over here, Mr. Biswas, is we are saying that the value of Mr. Biswas is nothing but what Mr. Biswas is going to earn from today till his age of retirement. You know, if I have to value Mr. Biswas, the value of Mr. Biswas is very simple. What is the value of Mr. Biswas? The value of Mr. Biswas is what Mr. Biswas is making today and what is his age today. For example, Mr. Biswas is 25 today and he's making 1 lakh rupees today per month, so 12 lakh rupees per annum. So what is the value of Mr. Biswas is this, that if you believe that Mr. Biswas is not going to get any increment in his life, that means his salary today is 12 lakh rupees, until the time he retires, his salary would be 12 lakh rupees only. And what is the probable time he would retire? The probable time he would retire is somewhere around 65. So right now you are 25. So you have a runway of how many years? 40 years, right?
Yes.
And if you are going to earn 12 lakh rupees only from today till the time you retire, then your value would be nothing but 12 into 40 lakh, 40 years. So 4 crore 80 lakh rupees is something which you are going to earn throughout your life, and that is your value basically.
Okay.
That is your value. That is not the value with the asset you are holding. You might be having, you might got married and you got a dowry of 3 crore rupees of gold. But is that your value? No. That 3 crore is the value of the gold which you are having, right?
Yes.
And so which you can add. So if I ask you what is the value of Mr. Biswas, it is 4 crore 80 lakh rupees. What is the net worth of Mr. Biswas? Net worth of Mr. Biswas is 4 crore 80 lakh rupees plus that 3 crore rupees of dowry jewelry you got in your marriage. There is 7 crore 80 lakh rupees. And in your marriage, you also got a flat in Calcutta, a 6 BHK flat. Very rare, I don't know. I have never seen a 6 BHK flat. But for example, you got a 6 BHK flat in one of the posh society of Calcutta or Calcutta, and that is around 2.5 crore. Then that would also get added to your net worth. So what is your net worth would be your value plus all the assets you are holding. Right? So this is how. So value of business is nothing but all the cash flows which business is going to generate in his lifetime, right?
Yes.
You are doing, and then when to find out equity value, are you not adding all the value of all the investment which it is holding? Remember, either all the cash and cash investment which it is holding, you have to find it, right? You add it, right?
Yes.
The same thing you are adding over here, all the gold and everything which is not earning anything, which is an investment for you, and you are holding that and putting in a bank, or maybe you dig a hole in your house and you put the gold over there. Who knows, right? Only you know and your family knows about it, right?
Yes.
So, so this is how. So that's what the value of business is. The only thing which we are also factoring in is this, that obviously if you are earning 12 lakh rupees, Mr. Biswas, it would be a foolish assumption to assume that your salary would remain 12 lakh rupees per annum till the time you retire. That is a foolish assumption in today's world, right? There was a time, Mr. Biswas, there was a time when you join at a package of 10 lakh rupees, and by the time you retire, your package at most will be 15 lakh rupees or 20 lakh rupees. That's all. And that was a happy time, Mr. Biswas. I must tell you, that was a happy time. People used to have 3 children, 4 children, and the packages never used to go up. Still, they were living a very good life, and the children are also educated in very good. I would not say public schools or private schools or whatever, but those children are anyways got good education, and they are working today, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
the wife or husband, only one of them used to work. That was the culture earlier, right? And
Yes.
10 lakh rupees and at max in 25, 30 years or 40 years, the package at max would go to 15 lakh rupees. But the happiness was there. Today, you can't imagine a world like this. If today you are earning 12 lakh rupees within 1 year, can you earn 12 lakh rupees into 1.4? Yeah, you change your company, you get a package increment of 40%, your package becomes 16.8. Yes or no? And
Yes,
then you
yes.
work there for 2 years, and if the company is not giving you increment, then you change again. And even if the company is giving increment, you wait for the increment, so that once the increment gets added to your package, then you look for change. So that you get double advantage. So we think we are being smart over here. So you get 10% increment. Then you get one more 10% increment. So by the time your CV is also stable, that you worked in 2 years, and then you would again look for a job, and you would get settled for some nothing less than 40% increment, right? Suddenly your package within 2 years from 15 lakh or 12 lakh rupees, within 2 years it became a 28 lakh rupees. So if you grow at this speed, your package by the time you retire would be some around 1 crore to 3 crore rupees or 4 crore rupees, right? So that is, there is growth in the income, right? Similarly, we are assuming now that there is a growth in the business, right? There is growth in the business, and till the time the growth is possible, because obviously, once your package become 30 lakh rupees or 40 lakh rupees, you can't expect it to grow at the same 40% every year, right? Once your package become 40 lakh rupees, 50 lakh rupees, you go and ask them. You go and ask people who are working in UK at a package of 70 lakh rupees. And ask them, do your package increase at 10% every year? They say, boss, 10%, our package doesn't increase more than 2.5% every year. Why? Why is the package increasing not more than 2.5% in the
So they reach out a level where
yeah, they reach out a level which is far above the basic level, right?
yes, yes.
And now
median.
their package would also become mature, and it would start growing at a growth rate of what, 2.5% or 3%, which is an economic growth. Until unless you try to become someone like Elon Musk. If you do something really different, then yeah, you can become the richest person in the world. That is a different thing. But for that, you have to be very humble in your life, right? Very humble outside and very arrogant inside, and you have to work day in, day out, right? And put a lot of efforts and all. But if you happen to become Elon Musk, that's a different story. But until you become Elon Musk, let's keep a trajectory which is more practical, right? more average. So that is the same thing we are doing in the company also. No? We are applying a growth rate till the time our company reaches to a level. Because if industry size is 10,000 crore and there are 3 players and you already achieved a size of 8,000 crore, you can't now expect there are 2 more players also. No? You can't expect to kill all. Even if you kill them, you reach to 10,000 crore. Now what? You can't expect a growth of 20%. The industry size itself is 10,000 crore. If industry size is 10,000 crore and you are right now at 500 crore rupees, are there a huge runway to grow? Yes,
No,
there is a huge runway to grow.
acha, yeah.
But once you have achieved a 10,000 ka industry size, that's the total demand. What is industry size? The total demand
Total
for
demand.
that product in that industry in totality, right? That is the total demand.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can't expect the total demand to grow at 20-30% every year. I showed you, right? This can create havoc. Hello?
Yes,
Ultimately,
yes.
everything comes from Earth's resources. You need to understand. You need to be practical. Because Mother Earth is giving you steel. You can take out iron and dig out iron. You can't expect to dig out. Today how many years we have been there. Plus 2022, right? Still, we have spent 2000 as a humanity. And there are stories that there was BC also before Christ and after Christ and AD and all these kind of stories are there, right? But even after living all these many years, how much of gold we have been able to dig out from earth. Yeah, extract from earth. Any idea?
No.
Let me show you. If you don't have idea, let me get you ideas. So growth is a very beautiful thing, but you can't expect to growth to happen forever because it's impossible. You need to understand. You need to be practical. I showed you an example of population. If things keep on growing like that, the population in 10 years or 20 years can become 6,000 people in one family. 6,000 people in one family. Just think of how big a house you would need.
Okay, guys, I'm super excited to be talking about, today, right? We live in an age of, for today is the drug that the world is on. So Jatin called me up and he said, you have to make a presentation. All busy worrying about money. 24/7, major portion of it. We've evolved in certain senses, but a major portion of our activities will trace the roots back to these 4 activities. We were scavengers, we got into barter, but there was no money before that. Maybe there was, we have no recorded history about it. And probably led to a lot of, growth as far as, right? And we've all understood gold as the single most important currency historically. There are several reasons why gold is so important. Again, a lot of you guys over here sitting here might know that, but we're also speaking to a much wider audience online. And I'll just some of the things I'll just try and simplify. And Jatin, in case you feel that I need to simplify it a little more for our online audience, please do let me know. So what makes gold so important to mankind? Or why is it that it has held so much importance in our history? First and foremost, gold is extremely scarce, right? So I don't think so gold was, from whatever I've read on the internet, gold is something which got deposited on the earth because of either collision of stars or some meteorite came and hit the earth and carried some gold with it. But gold is not something which is endemic to the earth. So gold is extremely scarce. How scarce? Well, we've only mined till now 2 lakh metric tons of gold. All the world in the gold that has been mined till now is 2 lakh metric tons of gold. That's the amount of steel that we produce in 1 hour every day. So next time anyone tells you that, gold
So have you got it? So what we produce in 1 hour every day, that is only that much of gold we have. 1 hour of steel production is how much? 2 lakh metric ton. But that is the total gold we have extracted since inception, since the beginning of this world. Are you getting what I'm saying? Hello? It's not me saying anything. This is a very reputed person in the industry saying that. Okay. So, you can't have a huge growth artificially. You need to understand everything has limitation. Just because there is an order for 4 lakh million, 4 lakh ton of gold, can you extract that much of gold? It will take maybe next another 3,000 years. Who is going to? So there would be 40 generation, 50 generation in that year. The day we are dying early these days. So this is a myth, right? We live 100 years now. 70, 65, 70, 75 is more than enough. And again, the way Shravan, you need to understand the way the packages are going up, and people like Indrajit Biswas every 2 years are getting 40% package hike. Shravan, it's not it's impossible for me. I'm not really. I don't think that we would have a retirement life age of 65 years old. You need to understand. I don't think it's possible. Right? I guess by the time 45, whatever the skills we know is something which will be completely obsolete. That's what I think. I don't know if it's going to be true. So I guess that is that much only, Shravan, we would be able to keep with us, honestly. So don't think that what we know, Shravan, we would carry it with 65-year-old.
Right. Yeah.
Give a thought of it, because the extent at which obviously, the speed at which I could learn at the age of 18, I'm sure I'm not able to learn at that speed. If it is a finance topic and I'm reading finance article, maybe I would be able to catch things because I've been reading this. But I find it extremely challenging, Shravan, if I'm reading any political article. Extremely challenging. In fact, today's morning only I can share with you. I was reading this article on the relationship between Germany and Russia. I'm telling you, every line I was reading 3 times. I always remain honest with you, right? I don't want to sound like I know a lot of things, and I always try to be honest and as honest as possible with you, right? So I was reading this article I'll show you. I read mostly on Alpha Ideas, as I said. This is my favorite, and I recommend everyone to do it, right? So, yeah, even this one, how UK universities have become ship factories. I'm telling you, every line I was reading 3 times, and now if you'll ask me, Shravan, that Sumit, give me a gist of it, I'm telling you, I would not be able to speak more than 2 lines. I don't know what he's talking about, my friend. I don't know what he's talking about. I have zero idea what he's talking about. I'm not able to understand what he's talking about. If I would have been 18-year-old, I believe I might have been. But I have zero clue what he's talking about. I was finding it so difficult to understand. Still, I have this habit of forcing myself. If not understanding, then I will go dig out each single word which is written over here. Even I don't know the meaning of it, many of them, but I will still go dig deep and find out the meaning of each here. Similarly, there's this article I was reading. Russia dividing Germany. I read the full article. But still, if you'll ask me, I would not be able to give a gist of it. So it is very difficult that you can keep learning. It is easy to say that you should keep learning at every age, but honestly, it is difficult beyond a point to keep learning, and that is where the skill obsolescence is happening. But it is really challenging to keep yourself relevant beyond a term. You cannot stretch yourself in term, because we are not a machine, right? We are people made of not machine, right? We are human beings. So there is a stretch to which we can put on our body. So at the age of 40, 45, it would be really difficult to now go into the learning all over again. And whatever skills we would be knowing might not remain relevant by that time. So it is important to do what? To save and to earn like Mr. Biswas, you should get as many package hike as you can get. You should do it. Important. Because it's really, I don't know, it's possible now really to stretch our imagination that our working age would be till 65. By 65, we might be well gone from this world, right? Yeah, cool. So have you understood? Tell me. So this is all the growth you will apply, and beyond the period, Biswas, you have to say, boss, stop now. The growth rate would be somewhere around 2-3%. Need to understand. It's impossible to grow at a very high rate year on year for perpetuity.
Yes.
Does that mean the business would not remain relevant till perpetuity? The business can remain relevant till perpetuity because it is a not human being. Huh? It is an artificial being, right? So it can stay relevant and can stay. So toothpaste, I don't see toothpaste as a category going down now next even in 100 years, right? So toothpaste can still stay relevant, but would there be any incremental sales? That is the question mark, right? So you cannot start selling. I don't know, companies can go mad, Biswas, and they can start selling toothpaste with an advertisement that you should now do toothpaste every half an hour. Then only that incremental sales will come. You need to understand. Because from 1 time to 2 times a day, from 2 times to 3 times a day, and they say, let's keep doing toothpaste only. So from the morning you start, at the time you sleep, you just have to do one thing only, that is toothpaste, toothpaste, toothpaste. Then only there would be continuous growth. Otherwise, the growth cannot come. You need to understand. Right? So whatever little bit growth will be, would be population growth rate or little bit of inflation growth rate. That would result into revenue growth, because price into quantity is revenue, right? So quantity would stop growing, but yeah, price can still grow even with respect to inflation of 2-3% or something like that, right? So, but the revenue will still be there. Even in the maturity, because the company has reached to maturity, doesn't mean that it will not have any revenue. It will still have revenue, Mr. Biswas.
Yes.
And because it is still going to have revenue, that revenue has value. Doesn't matter if that revenue is going to come 100 years from now, and the value of that, what you are going to receive 100 years from now, the value of that thing as of today will be very minuscule. Very minuscule, I agree. So, for example, you are going to receive 1 lakh rupees in 100 years from now. How much? 1 lakh rupees.
1 lakh.
So, it is equivalent to receiving how much money as of today? Lowest to lowest, you can expect a growth, return of how much? FD return of 5%, right? Let's keep at 5%. Even if your return is so low, expectation is so low, even in 100 years, if you are going to receive 1 lakh rupees, it is equivalent to receiving 760 rupees as of today.
Okay. Yes.
So it is that minuscule, because now earlier when I said this statement, I know you didn't understand the full meaning out of it. But now, after seeing this number, I hope you understand the full meaning out of it. But does that mean 760 doesn't have any value? Does that mean 760 doesn't have any value? Boss, 760 has value. If you give 760 rupees to a poor, it may take care of its hunger for 10 days. Hello? And hunger doesn't have any value, boss. It is invaluable thing, Mr. Biswas. You need to understand, people can do murder for hunger. Gulshan Kumar was murdered for rupees 200 rupees or 300 rupees. So you can understand how 200 rupees or 300 rupees can be such a big amount for someone that he decided to murder someone for that value. In comparison to that, if that murderer would have gone to Gulshan Kumar and would ask for help, Gulshan Kumar might have given him 1 lakh rupees also. But when you have hunger, that is the only thing which you see, that is food. Then you can't compare. What you do, Mr. Biswas, go on a fasting for 3 days. Don't eat anything for 3 days. 4th day, whatever is your favorite food, ask the family to make only all your favorite food and serve them on the table. And on the other table, put 1 lakh rupees and see where you would turn to. You would get the answer.
Yes,
how
yes.
extremely important hunger is. Right? 1 lakh rupees will not come to your mind. You say, boss, forget 1 crore, yeah, let me eat. I would die otherwise. What would I do of 1 crore rupees if I die? So that doesn't mean that 760 doesn't have any value. You need to understand 760, howsoever small number it is, but it has value. And that value should be reflected where? That value should be reflected in the value of the company. Right? Maybe 1,000 years from now, or maybe 200 years from now, this company would give you 10 crore rupees. How much? 10 crore rupees. Doesn't that have value? That has a good value today. Maybe small. Let's see what is the value. Crore. For example, 200 years from now, the company is going to give you crore rupees. But what is the value of this as of today? At a very meager percentage increase of 5% also, it will have some value. It has a value of 500 rupees. What you are believing to receive in 200 years from now has a 500 rupees value as of today. Whatever small it is, you need to put and reflect this value in where? In the value of the company. Because company has a life of perpetuity.
Perpetuity, yeah.
Right. So that is what terminal value brings. Terminal value is nothing but a combination of all these values which you are going to receive in 100th year, 200th year, 1000th year, 10,000th year, whichever year it is perpetuity. You know, perpetuity cannot be 1 lakh year, perpetuity cannot be 2 lakh year. Perpetuity is perpetuity. You need to understand. It will go till perpetuity. The number can be something which is beyond all the numbers of the world. Right? So combination of all that value would put down into one number, and that is called as terminal value. So the value of the business is not the value which the business is going to generate in 10 years. So first 10 years you added the value. And why only 10 years? Because you believe that by the end of 10th year, this company would go to a stage of maturity.
Yes.
So the value of the business is the value of this first 10 years plus the value which it is going to achieve from 11th year to perpetuity. That perpetuity can be 1 lakh year, 5 lakh year, 10,000 crore lakh year. That number can be that big, right? All those values, sum total of all those values plus what the company can achieve in the first 10 years, when you club together, it becomes the value of the company. Now are you getting it?
Yes, yes.
Any question now? Tell me. Any question? Anusha, any question? Anusha, don't live under this fear that if you say something and I will again make you goddess of the world. Don't worry. I will not make you the goddess of the world every time. You can ask questions. You have right to ask questions.
No, sir.
You have any question? Let the construction work going on. It doesn't disturb me. Tell me, do you have any question?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Miss Sajal Gupta. Any question? Miss Sajal Gupta, have you already slept? Hello? See, I think I should have to make you all guys compulsory on your videos so that I know what you guys are doing. I call your names and you don't speak anything. Still no response. Where is Bhaskar? Bhaskar today, hello? Bhaskar, are you there? Any question, Bhaskar?
Hi, Sumit.
Yeah, any question?
No, I don't have any.
Where's this girl these days? Daksha, what's her name? I forgot. Daksha Kumar. No, sorry, something like that. What's her name? Daksha.
Yeah, Daksha.
Yeah, so she's connected to you, right? Somehow, or like through this course only, I don't know.
Yeah, through the course only.
So any idea why she's not joining?
No idea, Sumit.
So send her a message. Why are you not joining, boss? Yeah. So yeah, Mamta, any question? Though you are not very regular, you were regular, but yesterday I guess I didn't see you. So maybe you wouldn't have gone through this entire topic. But still, right now what I said, any question on that?
No, sir. I joined late. And
you're not feeling well, right?
no, sir.
Take care. Shravan, any question?
Not as of now, Sumit.
So then let's go to market valuation, guys. Now, so you have this tab, right? Market valuation. Can you see that? in your what do you say, in your model? Bhaskar, can you see this tab, market valuation?
Yeah, it's visible.
No, not on my screen, on your screen, I'm saying. In the sense, in your file, the file which I have given you, that file, can you open this market valuation tab? Is there, right? Tell me, Bhaskar ji, आपकी फाइल में है कि नहीं है? मेरे फाइल में तो है। उत्तर नहीं दे रहा है, कौन नहीं दे रहा है? भास्कर, Bhaskar, do you have this tab in your file? Tell me.
Yeah, I do have, I guess. Let me check just a minute. I have not opened
What
it.
is this? Let me check. Honestly, you would be having. I have given this file only. Open it and do it. See it. I still haven't opened the file. Yeah, Mr. Biswas, do you have this tab in your file?
Yes, I have.
You have no right to say no, actually, because I have sent you the file. I know everybody has this file. Everyone's file has this tab. You can't say no. Bhaskar gave a very smart answer. He gave very smart answer, I guess. What do you guys mind? That means the file wasn't opened. Atishay, where are you?
Yes.
Have you opened the file?
I guess I don't have it.
Why you don't have it, Atishay? See, that's because young, you will not always have leverage, okay? I know young people are at the same time, they are very open-minded and everything, but one thing is there that they always lie also a lot. Young people lie a lot. With time, as people age, they understand that lying doesn't have a lot of value, so people stop lying a lot. But young people do lie a lot. Don't lie to me. I have sent you the file. How come you don't have?
Actually, I downloaded it from the portal.
Which portal?
LMS.
LMS, I don't think this file is there. I sent you this file, Atish.
Yeah,
I sent
okay,
you the
so
file because you joined after three, 4 sessions, and even after that day, you also said the same thing. So I sent you this file. Haven't I sent you this file?
Yes, you did, but I worked all the things on the files I downloaded from the LMS.
But the file which I sent to you, why haven't you downloaded it yet so far?
Yes, I'll do that right now.
So young people, Shravan can lie also. You need to understand, you need to be smart with young people. Are you getting Shravan?
Yes,
Clarity over cleverness. See the message, clarity over cleverness. It's important. Otherwise, cleverness of these young people can make you completely obsolete even before you are actually obsolete. Are you getting what I'm saying, Shravan?
Yes.
So, Atishay, let's check. Yeah, see, Atishay, this is your email ID, Atishay Jain8108@gmail.com. You know, understand, Gmail do not lie. And this is the file I attached and sent to you. Sumitrati to Atishay, guys, everybody can see it. Annamalai, can you see that? I know you are a big time, you never take anyone's side, but right now the proof is in front of you. You are bureaucrat. But even bureaucrat with proof have to take right decision. Hello?
I can see it.
Yeah. So Atishay, open the file and open this tab.
Okay.
So can you share this file? I don't have it.
I was waiting for Prajwal to say this thing. Yeah, why not you send your email ID to me, Prajwal. Send it on message, the email ID. Have you sent your email ID on chat? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Prajwal Patil 40@gmail.com. So Prajwal, yesterday was the festival, right, at your place?
Yes, sir.
You fly. Did you fly the kites?
Yes, in the morning.
Goel, in the morning. Goel Piyush 1995. You don't have this file. You are saying me, huh?
Yes, sir. No,
Every time you come in the session and you say the same thing to me.
Sir, the last time of model financial model, I got all the files, but for that I didn't receive valuation.
Same, it is financial model file only, Piyush. I'll share it with you, don't worry. It's the same file on the Piyush. The Colgate case study wala. Anyway, I'm sending you. Not an issue. Anusha, you have this file or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir. I have.
All right. Cool. Saijal, are you back? Saijal?
Yeah, hi, sir. I'm back.
Back. You see, in the session, till the time I don't give break, you should not take break, okay?
I just went for washroom.
It's fine. So have you got my instruction that you have to go through this tab? Which tab you do? You have this file, right?
Yeah, I do have, and I've opened this market valuation.
So every one of you guys, this is again the same company, Colgate's valuation done in a different approach. The one approach which we have followed so far is a cash flow based approach, and that is called as DCF mechanism of valuing the company, or income approach of valuing a company, because we valued the company based on all the future income which the company is going to get till perpetuity, right? Mr. Bhaskar, you got this message. It is till perpetuity. Whatever the income the company is going to generate, you bring all those income to present level and you add it and you call it the value of the company, right?
Yeah.
So now we are having a different approach in which to value a company, we look at its peers value, its peers value, right? So if I have to value Bhaskar, what I'll do is I will see what all the people in the Bhaskar's batch, whatever MBA or whatever bachelor degrees you did, in that whatever their peers are earning, and I'll do benchmarking on based on what your peers are earning, and based on that I will say because on an average peers of Bhaskar are earning 15 lakh rupees per annum, so Bhaskar's earning would also be 15 lakh rupees per annum. Are you getting what I'm saying, Bhaskar?
Yeah.
So this is the kind of thing which you do. So you need to go through it. Yeah. Go from cell by cell, okay, Bhaskar? Cell by cell, go from it. What is returned, what is not returned, each and everything. Everything till where? Till target price. Till target price.
Target price.
Okay. Is it clear for everyone? Tell me. For everyone, is it clear? Tell me.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Cool. I guess it will not take more than 20 minutes, but let's see. I'll touch base with you after 15 minutes to see what's the progress. And
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Sumit, I missed what you said. We are supposed to do this sheet.
Yeah, you have to supposed to go through cell by cell the sheet till target value and see what has been done over here, so that you get a gist of it, and then we discuss it as we do with all the things.
Got it. Thanks.
Cool. Okay. All right. Let me see. Have we done it? Have we gone through it?
Yes, Sumit.
Right, what about others? What about others, guys? Have you gone through it? Hello, Bhaskar, Mr. Biswas, Atisha.
Yes, contract.
Okay. Cool. All right. So what did you observe about this? Can anybody tell me? How are we taking the valuation in this approach?
We are looking at the similar companies in the similar sector as Colgate. These are all FMCG companies. I can see the names. So what we are doing is we are looking at how they are valued currently in the market, and then we are taking a average, of the numbers of their multiples, and then the average gives you a sense of industry average. What would be the how this companies in the same sector valued, other companies in the same sector valued. So these average multiples, then we apply on our case study company, which is Colgate in this case, and we use the Colgate ka earning numbers, earning and EBITDA numbers. We have that, right? We have calculated. We have the model. So to the earning number of Colgate, we apply the industry average P ratio, price to earnings ratio. That is a multiple, and we arrive at Colgate ka market cap or equity value. Similarly, we have the EBITDA number of Colgate. So us pe we apply EV by EBITDA, average EV by EBITDA number that we have arrived at, the industry EV by EBITDA number, and then we get the enterprise value of Colgate.
Cool. So guys, now we will not go into the difference between equity value and enterprise value. This is something which we have discussed, right, in detail.
Also, one thing that I observed is net debt for all of them is negative, because the cash, which goes to imply that all these are cash rich companies, which is basically the case with the FMCG companies.
Yeah. Correct. So the formula with net debt is equal to debt outstanding minus cash. So if some company has a debt of 100 and cash of 200, the net debt would be actually negative. That means the company has more cash balance than debt. That's a fair observation. Good. Cool. So first of all, in this approach, the first question comes what? Which companies to consider? This approach is also known as relative approach or market valuation, market-based valuation, in the sense that how the other companies in the market, Mr. Biswas, are valued. You are value the company based on that average of the market valuation, or it can also be called as what? A relative valuation method. Hello, what can it be called as? Relative valuation. Why relative? Because you are looking the related companies. You're looking for the related companies which are related to the subject company which you want to value. So what is the subject company we want to value over here? What is the subject company we want to value over here?
Colgate.
Colgate. So it is a Colgate which we plan to value. This is subject company. You can say this is subject company which we want to value over here. All right, I guess the problem happened. You can hear me, guys? Hello? Guys, am I audible now? Hello?
Yes, Sumit, audible.
Okay. Yeah. So what is the subject company we have to value?
Colgate.
Colgate. Now you have to understand, if you go in the market and find out compared to company like Colgate, any company like Colgate in the market, think about it. Because the condition over here is this, that the company which you are looking, which is exactly like Colgate or similar to Colgate, should also be one which is listed. Listed in the sense it should be publicly traded company. Because only for the publicly traded company we can have a valuation view. Yes or no? If I ask you what is the value per share for Ola, is there anybody who can tell me that price per share for Ola is 100 rupees or 400 rupees or 500 rupees? Is there so smart someone who can tell me what is the price per share of Ola? Or what is the price per share of Flipkart? Can anybody tell me? Hello? Can anybody tell me? Guys, don't sleep, talk to me.
No, Sumit, we don't know. Sorry, I don't know because I can't see.
Maybe
the-
Bhaskar knows. Maybe
Yeah.
Bhaskar knows. Let's Bhaskar speak. Bhaskar, tell me, what is the price of Flipkart? Tell me. What is the price of share of Flipkart? Bhaskar, where have you gone? I guess Bhaskar is not there. So let's talk to Piyush. Piyush is the smartest in the class, right? Piyush, tell me, where are you? Piyush?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me, what is the price of Flipkart?
Sir, I have no idea. I have to check.
Where will you check? Even if you want to check, Piyush, where will you check? Tell me.
For Google.
Go try to find out. You will not find anything. Go and check.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the price for Ola? Per share of Ola share, what is the price? In fact, we have more smart. Sejal. Sejal is the smartest in the class. Sejal, tell me. Sejal from Jaipur. Tell me, what is the price of one share of Ola?
I don't know. I'm not sure that is it listed.
Why we don't know? Why we don't know? Because
I don't think so. It's not listed. I think.
Yeah, this is not listed. These companies are not listed. These companies are not publicly traded. So we don't know what is the value. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Whereas if I ask you what is the price of Zomato, can you tell me?
Yeah, I can check online.
Quickly, every day, every second, from Monday to Friday, timing 9:30 morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. These the shares of Zomato traded, so every second value we can find out. Yes or no?
133.5.
Yeah. Similarly, if I ask you what is the price per share for Nykaa, or what's price per share for Paytm, there are similarities in the name of the companies which I'm taking shown over here. All these are new age companies, right?
Yes.
Yes.
These are platform.
Still for Ola and Flipkart, we have no clue what is the price per share. Whereas for Zomato, Nykaa, and Paytm, we can give the exact time-wise per share value. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, Sumit.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Yes.
Because they are publicly listed and we can have.
Their values publicly quoted every moment when they're traded.
Because they're publicly listed share. So we need to understand, even if you find 100 companies which are similar to Colgate available in the market, 100 companies, but are they relevant? We need to understand these 100 companies needs to be listed. Toothpaste as a category, Shravan, you go to regional level, there would be, for example, you come to Rajasthan, there would be regional 30 plus brands in Rajasthan. Let's talk about my house. Okay. My wife used a toothpaste with the name Snowdent. Have you heard this company? Hello, anybody heard this company Snowdent?
No.
No.
My wife uses it. Okay. My brother uses Close Up. This is everybody would have heard, right? My father uses a toothpaste with the name Thermodent. What is the name? Thermodent.
Thermodent.
Has anybody heard this name?
No.
My mother uses a toothpaste with the name Senequel. Has anybody heard this word, Senequel?
No.
Snowdent, Thermodent, Senequel, Close Up, right? Nephew and niece are also there. I don't know which brand they use, but mostly they would be from Himalayas or something. And I use a very basic. I use neem powder mixed with salt mixed with this oil. I forget what you call mustard oil. That's the oil. That's what I think. So is there a brand here? No, there's no brand. Neem powder is something which we crush at home. Salt is, yeah, it might be a branded salt, Tata or some, and mustard oil, right? And I mix all these three every morning and I use it. So neem powder and salt is already mixed in powdered form, and I just put some few drops of mustard into it and I use it, and I'm using it since 2015. As I was telling you yesterday that I stopped using toothpaste, right? So different people in my house itself are using some different brands. You didn't even hear these names. And if I go to South India and if I ask their brands, there would be completely different brands which would be popular over there. Is anyone of us using Colgate? Tell me, is anyone of using Colgate? Or any of these companies listed? Tell me, is any of this company listed? I don't know about Close-Up. Close-Up might be from the house of what? HUL or maybe from PNG. So that might be listed, but rest other. So this one is okay. We agree it is from Unilever, right? So this one is listed. Close-Up is from Hindustan Unilever. So this would be listed. Okay. What about Snowden, Thermodent, Senecal? And if you think, guys, that I'm trying to make you fool, these all brands are there. Hello? Don't think I'm trying to make you fool. You check it out. Snowden is there. This is a brand. See, Snowden toothpaste. You are getting it Apollo 247, 150 rupees. This is giving you 138 rupees. This is the brand Snowden I'm talking about. And you might be thinking I'm creating this some name by my own. No, it is not there. Thermodent, check it out. Yeah, this is Thermodent. Can you see? There's some Amazon is selling at 225 and Shopee is selling it at rupees 83. And Senequel. See, I'm not creating all this name out of my own. Don't think that I'm doing something like this. Yeah. Senequel. Can you see the Senequel toothpaste? Hello? And in Senequel also there are two categories, Senequel and Senequel F. Yeah. So in a small house of 6 people's family, if we have 4 different brands, Shravan, so you can understand how many brands of toothpaste would be there. I'm getting what my point where I'm taking you guys. So there might be 100 plus companies or 1000 plus companies in our country selling toothpaste at regional level, and some companies might have national level presence. But you need to understand, are these companies publicly listed? Can you know what values are they trading at? Is there any chance, Sajal, that you get to know what values are they trading at? Yeah, for Close-Up, I agree that we can know that what value are they trading at. But can we know at what value are the other companies are trading at? Sajal?
No.
Do you know what is the share price of one share of Snowden company? Do you know?
No. No.
Same for Thermodent. So what is the problem? What is the problem statement over here? The problem statement over here is to find out the companies which are like same manufacturing toothpaste and toothbrush is very difficult. It's very difficult in the listed space. In the listed space, if you will go and try to find out apple to apple comparison, you might not get more than 1 or 2 names. You can say that actually is something which is there, but I can again argue on it. See, HUL is a very highly differentiated product company, yes or no? How many products would HUL be manufacturing? Hello? How many products does HUL has? Let's try to find out if we get some message. 44 brands in 4 different categories. home hygiene, fabric solution, life essentials, skin cleansing, skin care. See, skin cleansing is different and skin care is different. For a naive person who doesn't have any idea about this might be really kind of shocking. Yes or no? Can you tell me, Shravan, what is the difference between skin cleansing and skin care? Can you tell me?
No, not really.
Very difficult. There might be some technical difference. Obviously, that's why they have different separate categories, right? But it's very difficult, right? Hair care, color cosmetics, oral care, deodorants, tea, coffee, ice cream, frozen desserts, food and health food drinks. And millions of people are using different brands of HUL day in, day out. Yes or no? So what do you think would be the total revenue from oral care category in HUL? I don't think it would be more than 5 to 7%. Are you getting? Because simple logic, there are 14 categories, right? And for example, oral care is one category, and each category is giving equivalent amount of revenue. And this is a very foolish assumption. But still, if you take that assumption that each category gives equivalent amount of revenue, still the proportion of oral care would not be more than 1 by 14, right? That is nothing more than 7.14%, right? Yes or no? So can you really compare HUL with Colgate? Does it make sense? Tell me. Is it comparable? Is HUL comparable with Colgate? Mr. Biswas, why are you so silent? Don't you think you have right to speak? You should speak, and you have obligation to speak also.
Yes.
Huh? Do you think HUL is a competitor of Colgate?
No.
Not at all, because HUL have other products apart from toothpaste.
Yeah, and toothpaste might not be more than 7% of the revenue proportion for
Yes.
HUL, right?
Yes.
So it is competitor, but it is not that extreme a competitor which can really drive or tell you the difference in the value and all, right?
Yes.
You look, one of the competitors we have taken is Gillette India over here. Now, if Gillette India tomorrow start manufacturing toothpaste, would anybody buy it? Tell me. Would anybody buy it? Gillette toothpaste. Would you ever buy Gillette toothpaste?
No.
It is going to give you a very different kind of feel now. Soap. How do you ever put soap in your mouth? Just imagine. So there is a brand recall, right? Everybody recalls Gillette India with what? Shaving cream and shaving kits, right?
Yes.
And you would not like to put this in your mouth, right? It's a soap. So nobody would buy it. It would be a big flop if Gillette comes up with this.
Or it might take a bit of time to gain market share or to reach
Again,
to the
it
audience.
can do it. It might be having some products, but it would have to develop a new brand. You need to understand.
Yes, absolutely.
So the strategy like HUL. HUL is not a company of one brand. It's a company of many brands. It's
Multiple
a house of brands, right?
Yes.
HUL kind of categories is kind of a business with a house of brand model. Similarly, Procter & Gamble, they are a house of brands, right? It would take ages for Gillette to create house of brands. Try to understand. FMCG is a business segment in which you can't launch a brand today and scale the brand within 10 years or 20 years. Not possible. You need to really stay in the time. If you want to create a big brand like HUL, P&G, Britannia, you have to really make efforts for many years. Few people say that if you have a good distribution network, it is not going to be difficult. See, ITC, don't you think ITC have a huge distribution network?
Yes.
ITC would be supplying goods to more than 10 lakhs or maybe 1 crore or few crores, different networks, because all these are smoke joints everywhere you will find, right? And they are all selling ITC's products. So distribution network is already there. Still, don't you think ITC is struggling day in, day out to really create a brand under FMCG category?
Yes.
And so far, after having been presence of more than 10 plus years, still they are able to develop only a couple of brands. One of them is Ashirwad.
Yes.
Other than Ashirwad Atta, you tell me which more brands. Yippee is there, yeah, but still, is it a marketer? No, it can't beat Maggie. having been present in so many years. So in FMCG, it's a difficult thing to really create a brand. It's not something which you will launch something very, very unique. Because these are the daily products which you anyways you are having, right? So then what should be the logic, Saijal? Whole question is this, then what should be the logic to finding out companies which we can keep a set of companies as comparable companies? What should be the logic?
So we can have a look on the consumer oriented things, means which are.
So we can go a little broad, and rather than
Yes.
looking at only product, we can look at business model as a category.
Yes.
Right? So though you say Zomato and Ola are not competitor, but to have a valuation view on Ola, can I look at Zomato? Yeah, a little bit it will help me. Little bit it will help me. Because they all are kind of in Ola also not manufacturing anything or servicing anything. It is just a platform where a customer can meet another party who is ready to give services. So there is one party who wants to give service. There is one party who wants to take service. The Ola is the interface between these two parties, right?
Yes.
Similarly, Zomato. There is a restaurant who wants to sell food. There is a customer who wants to eat food. There is a platform in between, right? Zomato.
Yes, both are
So,
online platforms.
Correct. So do they have similar business model? Yes.
Yes.
So based on that similarity in business model, can we utilize the valuation multiple of Zomato and and derive some understanding to have a view on the valuation of Ola? Yes, we can do that. So,
actually, when DMart was first listed, so after the IPO came, so P multiple was about 90 times, and means analysts were means comparing with means the retail space of US, because it's a unique business model in India, and they didn't have any peers to compare with.
Yeah, so what to do then? You don't have peers, so you can go and switch to global peers and try to find out if there are relevant or similar kind of business model there in US, and you can take some understanding of valuation. See, relative market approach is something which help you to have a broad perspective on valuation or some understanding of valuation, that if there are other players in the market which are moving in this direction, and if the player which you are evaluating is having a similar business model, can does it have the opportunity to drive in a similar fashion? They say now the birds of the same flock fly together, right?
Exactly.
So, but to understand that, we need to find out that birds with the same flock. Need to find out the bird which can be a part of the same group, and finding that group should be something that there should be some thought process in it. A layman would say Gillette is a stupid choice over here. Why? Why Gillette is a stupid choice? Because it has nothing to do with toothpaste as a category, right?
Yes.
And then once you will go deep, you will understand Gillette is the best competitor which we can compare with. None of them is actually the right competitor to compare with. Just think about it. I see Gillette India is the only company which whose valuation can be taken into consideration if I have to value Colgate. Or maybe to some extent Bajaj Corp. Bajaj Corp success is tied to one product. What is that? Bajaj hair oil. Gillette India's success is tied to only one product category, that is shave and the category of shave creams, right? Similarly, Colgate success is tied up with only one category.
Yes.
That is, though they have a consumer other skincare category under the brand Palmolive, but still we know they are not that great success. Largely, Colgate, if it's driving its value, large section of the value would come from the business of oral care, right? But rest other, you see Dabur would have more than 500 or 100, 200 products.
Multiple products.
And in Dabur, there is another advantage of there's an advantage in Dabur of Ayurveda also, right? That story is also attached with the Dabur. Procter & Gamble would be having more than 14-15 categories and having more than 50 plus 60 plus products. Hindustan Unilever same, right? So all these companies, can they be really compete with Colgate? Obviously no, right?
No.
So someone from the outside would say, no, Gillette is the worst choice, but I'm telling you, Gillette India is the best choice. But even after that, you can come and argue with me, boss. Gillette is something in which there is no competitor. National level competitor for Gillette is what? Topaz, maximum. Other than Topaz or Gillette, I haven't heard names. See, there are new companies which are coming up with the online business model like Beardo and all, but still, they do not have a distribution network like Gillette.
Yes.
Whereas toothpaste as a category, I told you, there would be more than 100 plus companies in Rajasthan itself. You go and order Snowdent in Delhi, you might not get it. Maybe this is a Rajasthan-oriented brand. I don't know, but it might be. Because there are so many people, and even in Seychelles, for example, Seychelles, have you heard Snowdent, Thermodent, Senegal? Have you heard this brand?
No.
And you might be knowing some brands, Seychelles, which we wouldn't have heard of. Because these are medicated brands, you need to understand. Some doctor has recommended my wife to have Snowdent. Some doctor has recommended my dad to have Thermodent. And some doctor has recommended my mother to have Senequel as toothpaste. So you check at your home, maybe if one of your family members has gone to a real dentist, even they would be using toothpaste which would not be Close-Up or Colgate or Pepsodent. Like that, there are many brands. Many brands. Sensodent. Few brands has advertisement, few brands do not have advertisement and all, right? So from that perspective, you can argue that Colgate is doing a business in a marketplace where there are lots and lots of competitors. So the challenges for a company like Colgate is much more than the challenges for Gillette. Because for Gillette, the competition is near to zero. Yes, sir. Yeah. So yeah, if you will go and in the market, Shravan, and if you want to find a perfect competitor, I believe you will not be able to find it out more than one or two. Exactly. Yeah, if it is a commodity business, you may be able to find out 4 or 5. For example, if it is a steel manufacturing company.
Yeah, Tata Steel. It has JSW Steel.
Because this is a commodity business. There's no differentiation in there's a little bit of differentiation, I agree, but there is not a lot of differentiation over there. So steel which is coming, or steel sheet which is coming out from Tata's factory is same as what is coming from JSPL or what is going to come from SAIL. So you in commodity business, you may get more than 3 or 4 competitors which are publicly listed. Cement, for example, you might get 10 competitors in cement, right? But you try to find out for Colgate. You try to find it out for some consumer brands. It's difficult. It's difficult to find this product, the same kind of companies in the publicly listed market. In the private market, there can be many, but in publicly listed market, it is difficult to find the same value or same competitors over here. So, are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, totally.
So, are you getting Piyush? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So definitely we have to have a lot of subjectivity when we find out a set of companies which are relative to the Colgate or to any other company, any other subject company belonging to any other industry, guys. And again, if I would have given you guys a task to come up with competitor of Colgate, I'm telling you, everyone would have come up with 1 or 2 different companies. I agree. Few of the companies would have been similar, like PNG and HUL, and maybe Dabur would have been similar.
Yeah.
Rest all the companies would have been different. I guess nobody would have actually thought of Imami, by the way, because Imami is not that popular company. And similarly, nobody would have thought of Bajaj Corp, consumer.
See,
because that is also something people are not very well versed. Though people are aware about the Bajaj Amla brand. Not Bajaj Amla, Bajaj Almond brand. Everybody is aware about it, but very few people are aware that this comes from a publicly listed company.
See, we can have a look on Britannia also, because it has also.
Yeah. You can have a look. You need to understand now. If you take Britannia and ITC over here, then the discussion will go to beyond a different level altogether.
Yes.
because they are something which into consuming something. This is something not which you can take inside. But then you said Dabur is coming with Chyawanprash and Dabur is coming with all this kind of medicines also that can consume. But Dabur then have toothpaste category also, right? It comes out Dabur ka toothpaste are very popular. And because people think that it's an Ayurvedic thing. So yeah, Britannia or ITCs of the world, if you try to need to justify this, so that's what I'm saying. There would be a lot of justification you have to do with what consumers you are bringing, and subjectivity would be there. If I give this task to find out 7 competitors for Colgate, I'm telling you, beyond 2 or 3, everybody will have a different set of list. Nobody would have come up with Gillette India. Nobody would have come up with Jyoti Labs, and nobody would have remembered Imami, though Imami is one of the oldest brands of a country. Right? Everybody would have come up with a set of different companies. That is reality, and there is subjectivity, I agree. But whenever you have to decide on companies, guys, give a thought process to it and realize that how related are they? Are there any product similarity? Or are there any business model similarity? Or are they driving the revenue from the same factors? Like FMCG. Why are we not putting Havells over here? Why are we not putting Samsung over here? Why are we not putting Apple over here? Why are we not putting Micromax over here? Why are not we putting, because those are also consumer products, but they are not FMCG. They are white goods, right?
Yes.
The frequency at which the products of HUL or Dabur would be sold, at the same frequency, you can't expect the product of Apple to sell. Can you expect Saijal to buy an Apple every month? Can you expect Saijal that you buy an Apple phone every month? Because if you do that, I'm telling you, we would be at your doors asking for some help. Because only a very rich can do it. Right?
No, I don't buy Apple every month.
Right. But we do buy toothpaste every month, because if you are not buying toothpaste every month, then people will not come near to you. That is also a problem. Right. So you need to understand that on that parameter, though both are consumer companies, but still will not put that. Both are strong brands, but still will not put that. Both have similar kind of business customer, but will not put them as a competitor. So there is a thought which needs to go inside it to find out what companies you are selecting. And it should not be some random list of companies and taking the value out of it. There can be some seasonality related to some consumer businesses. For example, Havells. It's a consumer now, more of a consumer brand, right? But you do not buy Havells fans every month.
Every month.
There are few months when you would like to buy ACs which are owned by Havells under the brand Lloyd's, right? But not in every month ACs would be sold relatively in the same fashion. There are few months when AC sales will be very high for any company, and then there would be few months when there will be no sale at all for ACs. So there would be seasonal, though they are consumer businesses, but there would be seasonality attached to it. If there's any umbrella company, you cannot expect people to buy umbrella every month. It's just few months of the year they would be expecting to buy umbrella. But Colgate is something which you would have to buy every month. Being whatever season, you can't say because it's rain, so I will not use toothpaste, and because it's summer, so I will not wash my mouth, or it is because it's winter, I will not wash my mouth. This kind of logic will not work, right? People will think you are mad. And same is the case with any of these products. If you have to shave, means you have to shave, right? If you prefer to have beard, even in that case, you need to have all those instruments, because you need to cleanly do your bed timely, right? Same the case with the creams and the Chyawanprash of the world, because if it's not that you eat Chyawanprash as per the season. You eat, if you have the habit of eating it, you will eat every day. If you don't eat it, that means you don't eat it. It's not that if winter is coming, so I suddenly start using Chyawanprash, and summer is coming, so I will not use it. It's not like that. So there should be some thought process which needs to go, Mamta. It is not a random list of companies. There's a lot of thought which you have to give, understand based on parameters like product, business format, business model, and based on that decide that should I consider this or not. Because you can't put Asian Paints over here, though that is also a consumer company, right? But Asian Paints something you can't go and paint your house every month, every day, right? Forget about every month. You will not even do it every year. Once in a 3 year or 5 year, you go for paints of your company. Only if Mamta is having her house painted every 1 year, we can agree, we can believe it. It is believable because she comes from royalty background, right? And royal people have this habit of keeping everything looking so gaudy, so that because that's how royalty is, right? Otherwise, how would people say they are royal?
Yes.
People say they're royal because their house keeps on shining every day, right? They need to, and they do not live in house. You need to understand they live in forts, right? Or palaces. But people like you, Shravan, and me, like Sumit or Mr. Biswas, we will not go for to get a
Yes.
house paints every day, right? Or every month or every year. It might be
And
something which would keep getting post paint every year, and we'll do once in 10 years or maybe 5 years, or
10
if there's
years,
some
yeah.
marriage in your family, yeah. Or if there's some marriage in our family, sister, daughter, brother, you yourself. So these kind of certain occasions where you would like to go for it. Otherwise, you would not like to go for it, right?
Considering the current quality of
People
this,
can have their house paints. Sorry, Mr.
considering,
Biswas, yeah, please go ahead and make your point.
yes, considering the current quality of these pens, these are very high quality. So they doesn't require to get painted each after 10, 12 years also.
So it's all about, they are high quality and they used to be high quality, but so royal people are royal, you need to understand. If you will go and convince Mamta to not get her house paint every year, she will not agree to you. Try to understand they are royal people. They have different class of living life. So royal people, whatever the quality of the product, they have to buy a diamond a day, they will buy a diamond a day. You can't go and tell them why you are fool to buy a diamond a day. Hello? You need to understand whatever the quality of the product, but the royal people will have their own class and they will maintain their class. That's why they are royal. So Mr. Biswas, whatever logic you give is illogical when it comes to the matter of royalty. You need to understand, right? Cool. So, any question on this, guys? How to really pick companies as competitors? One thing we need to understand that these should be publicly listed companies. Obviously, otherwise they would.
Yes,
how would you know what's the value of the company, right? So that's something which has to be done, right? Then what are the other things which we have noted over down? Price, because price is going to give us the directional view of the value, right? Number of shares, and price multiplied by number of shares will give you a very important metric, which is market capitalization, and you can also call it equity value, right? Equity value. Yeah, what is MI? There's a movie, Mission Impossible, but don't think it's a movie. Okay, it's not Mission Impossible movie. It is MI. It is minority interest. It is what? Minority interest. Minority interest. Okay. What is minority interest? What is minority interest, Piyush? What is minority interest? Piyush, tell me what is minority interest. Hello?
Minority interest is a portion of the unconsolidated profit of the members. For example, there is a 75% of majority of the profit and 25% will be the minority interest after consolidating the two standalone companies.
See, for example, if Colgate own 90% of a company called Piyush Limited. Okay. So will Colgate and rest 10% is owned by Piyush Goyal. Hello, who is the owner of less 10% Piyush?
Yes, I am Piyush Goyal.
Piyush Goyal. See, there can be many people can have the name Piyush Goyal. Why do you think that it's your name only? There's a minister with the name of Piyush Goyal in our country. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is so selfish, Piyush. to believe that this is you we are talking about. It can be any Piyush Goyal. You need to understand. We need to be very humble in our life. Okay. So 10% is owned by whom? Piyush Goyal. 90% is owned by whom? Colgate bought 90%, of which company? Piyush Limited. Now, because Colgate owns majority stake in this company, Colgate will have to club the profit, everything sales of Piyush Limited in its consolidated. Colgate will make one standalone financial statement. In a standalone financial statement, the numbers will be only for Colgate. In consolidated, also Colgate will have to make, right? In which it will club its standalone financials, 100 rupees. Plus, for example, Piyush Limited had a revenue of 100 rupees. So, what is the consolidated revenue would be? Consolidated revenue would be 100 plus 100.
100 plus
Right? Few people say no, it might not be 100 plus 100. It would be 100 because the entire 100 of Piyush Limited revenue doesn't own to by Colgate. So it would be standalone Colgate ka 100 plus Piyush ka Limited ka 100 into 90% which Colgate owns. This is how the accounting is done. No. When you are making consolidated financial statement of Colgate, you will club the entire value of Piyush Limited or of any company of which Colgate owns majority stake, right? Majority stake can be anything more than 50%, right? So if anything more than 50% of any subsidiary Colgate own, then it will have to present all the numbers of that subsidiary at 100% in the consolidated financial statement. Okay. So what is the revenue which Colgate show in consolidated financial statement? 200 or 190? Tell me. In consolidated financial statement of Colgate, would it be revenue repeated will be 200 or 190? Tell me.
200.
200, yeah.
But and like that we will report all the revenue and we'll also report all the expenses of Piyush Limited. Okay. And for example, Piyush Limited had, including all tax, everything, had a total expense of 80 rupees. So what is the profit? Net profit did Piyush Limited make? 20. So what will happen is this, that this 20, and for example, Colgate made a profit of 40. So what is the consolidated profit? 60,
20 plus,
right?
yeah, 60.
60. Now the 60 would be presented as 60 only, but the 60 when it go to, where will it go? It will go to balance sheet, right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Balance sheet under which format? Equity.
Equity.
Under which format? Equity.
Reserves, yeah.
There you will add 60 in reserves and surplus, you will add 60. You will add 60, but you will show bifurcation of the 60.
Yes.
What would be that bifurcation? The bifurcation would be Colgate and minority interest.
Minority interest.
Yeah. So there in bifurcation, you will show how much belongs to Colgate. 40 of this plus
90% of 20.
90% of 20. The rest, what will belong to minority interest? 20
Yes.
ka
10%.
1 minus 90%.
Minus 90%.
Or what is owned by Piyush Goyal. Yeah. This is how you would show the breakup. And now tell me what is minority interest, Piyush? I have told you how it's done. Now tell me, knowing this knowledge, tell me what is minority interest?
The minority interest is the total interest. If any two companies have been consolidated, two standalones have been consolidated, if the parent company have like having 90% of the total profit, the remaining 10% will be the treated as minority interest after consolidating.
See, this is something which is not owned by Colgate. You need to understand. That's the first thing you need to tell when you have to tell minority interest.
Yes, yes.
This is something which is not owned by Colgate.
Parent company.
It is not owned by Colgate, and because of which it is not owned by Colgate shareholders.
Yes.
Do you understand the simple logic or not?
Yes.
This 2 rupees doesn't belong to Colgate shareholders.
Yeah. The remaining
Colgate and Colgate shareholders have zero claim on this. Who can have 100% claim on this? The shareholders of those companies which Colgate has not acquired 100%. Those companies which are subsidiary of Colgate, because Colgate has acquired majority stake in those companies, but has not acquired how much? 100%. So that remaining balance is not acquired by Colgate, it is acquired, it remained with the owners or whosoever is the owner of that remaining portion which is not acquired by Colgate, own this 2 rupees. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you are valuing the company of Colgate, or when you are valuing, for example, Hindustan Unilever, for example, Godrej Consumer, what is this 162 rupees representing over here? Tell me. What is this 162 rupees representing over here? Minority interest of 162 rupees. What is it representing? Tell me.
So this is a part of.
Let Piyush speak. Piyush is the smartest of all of you guys. I'm telling you. What is this 162 representing, Piyush, over here? Tell me. Don't go on silent and mute more, Piyush.
160 rupees.
Questions are asked, you need to respond. What is this 162 representing? Tell me.
162 is total interest to the company after consolidating.
What you are saying, only English words you are speaking, all rubbish. What are you saying? I just said, what is minority interest? Tell me, what is minority interest?
The total shares which are not owned by the Colgate.
So can't you say this is 162 is something which is not owned by the Godrej consumers? Can't you say things? This is minority interest. Hello, Piyush, what are you doing over sleeping over there on your video? Let me see if you're sleeping or if you're awake.
Oh, sir.
On your video. What? No, sir.
So there is.
But see if you're slept already.
No, sir, not slept. Sir, understood now. It's my.
So what is 162? What is understood is okay, but tell me what is 162 over here? What is 162?
Sir,
and it's very simple. Can't you open your mouth and say this is something which is not owned by shareholders of Godrej Consumer? Yeah. Can't you say the simple thing? This is something which is not owned by Godrej. Can't you say these simple 6 words? Hello.
Yes, it's something that's not owned by that Colgate.
Now tell me, what is this 162 representing, Saijal? What is this 162 representing? Hello, Saijal, don't sleep.
No, I'm not sleeping.
Tell me, what is this 162 representing over here?
It's the minority interest with Godrej Consumer is not holding. Shareholders are not holding.
Godrej Consumers and its shareholders have zero right on this 162, right? Though it is in the balance sheet of Godrej Consumer, you need to understand. This 2 rupees is in the balance sheet of which company? In that example which I gave you. This 2 rupees is in the balance sheet of which company?
Colgate, consolidated.
But it is clearly said that this is 2 rupees, which is there on the balance sheet, and it is clearly written that it belongs to whom? Minority interest holders. Right? So this minority interest is not the minority shareholders you believe, Piyush, would it be? Generally, we confuse the Shravan ourselves saying that this is minority interest, which is same as minority shareholders. For example, Shravan, if you are buying this 10,000 shares of Colgate, if you own how many shares of the Colgate? Hello?
10,000.
First of all, if you would have been owning this 10,000 shares of Colgate, you wouldn't have been sitting in the class, but still, if you're owning 10,000 shares of Colgate, Shravan, you would be considered as what? Minority shareholder. Hello? What you would be considered as? Minority shareholder of the company. Which company?
Colgate.
Yeah, of the company. And you will have all the right to the proportion of the holding you have. For example, Colgate has in total 1 crore shares. How many shares? 1 crore shares. So how much ownership do you have of company Colgate? How much ownership? 0.1%. How much ownership? 0.1%. So if Colgate is making a profit of 10,000 rupees, how much belongs to you? Or for example, 1 lakh rupees of profit is made by Colgate. How much does belong to you?
1 lakh into 0.1.
100 rupees. You have all the claim over 100 rupees of profit, Shravan. You are not minority interest, you are minority shareholder. You need to understand, Piyush. Over here, Shravan is minority shareholder, is not minority interest.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Because that is where you were saying the earlier definition. Yes or no? Tell me that.
Yes.
That is what you first defined when you said minority interest, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Have you got the understanding of it now? Everyone.
Yes.
Guys, have you got the understanding? Minority interest is something which is different from minority shareholder. You owning some shares of Colgate would make you minority shareholder of a company Colgate. But company Colgate having some stake in another company which is its subsidiary, and Colgate having a stake more than 50% in its subsidiary, by rule it has to consolidate. By rule it has to consolidate that other company's revenue and everything, financial statement, its own financial statement. But then the crux of it needs to be shown. The crux of it's in the form of equity, and profit needs to be shown as separate item, saying that this belongs to Colgate and this belongs to minority interest. Their minority interest reflect what? Minority interest reflect the ownership of those companies in which Colgate do not own 100%. The proportion ownership in those companies which is not owned by Colgate in those companies. Are you getting? Is it clear? Tell me, is it clear for once and all? Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Will you ever get confused on this now? Tell me. Will you ever get confused on this?
No.
Because I was surprised to know that, I was really surprised to know that you didn't know it, because there is a particular session which would have happened on this, hello? Under level 1 accounting, didn't you guys learn what is consolidation of financial statement, hello? Wasn't this topic covered? Vishwas? Wasn't this topic consolidation of financial statement was covered, hello? Tell me. In this, there is this case study, I get Patni. Were you not gone through? Have you not gone through this case study of I get Patni? Hello.
No, no, no.
I don't remember, Sumit. I think not.
This consolidation is not taught to you.
Not at all.
No, this wasn't me. I don't think so. Ki I get part nahi kara tha.
But still, do you remember this PPT? Maybe this PPT you remember? Consolidated financial statement, preparing consolidated statements. No idea.
नहीं.
ये नहीं हुआ, I guess. या मेरे को याद नहीं है कि ये हुआ था, because I remember that.
मेरे को लगता नहीं है. मेरे को तो ऐसा लगता है कि कंसोलिडेशन होता क्या है वही कवर नहीं हुआ है. Like line by line items को हम ऐड करते जाते हैं on all those things. How do we show it in balance sheet and income statement? कुछ भी नहीं. Like मेरे को तो नहीं लगता है.
I think कि ये तो
दिवाली में एब्सेंट था, तो I don't know if दिवाली में कवर्ड था. I don't know.
दिवाली में तो क्लास हुआ ही नहीं.
नहीं, दिवाली के टाइम पे नहीं, बट यस ये वाला आई डोंट रिमेम्बर कि हुआ या नहीं हुआ था, बिकॉज एक सेशन मैंने मिस किया था रिगार्डिंग दी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स, तो तब हुआ आई डोंट नो, बट यस ये मेरे ख्याल से नहीं हुआ है, ये मेरे पास मैंने तो नहीं पता, बाकी किसी ने किया था आई डोंट नो.
Chalo, so maybe that is the reason that you, because I was so surprised to know that you don't know minority interest, because I didn't want to spend a single minute on it, but when Piyush gave so wonderful definition of minority interest, I have to really explain it. Cool. But now is it clear what is minority interest?
Yes.
The concept? Once and forever, right? So because Piyush, this is something which is not owned by the shareholders of which company? Colgate. So when you are finding the value of the company Colgate, you need to reduce it out of it. You get it? What I'm saying? You need to reduce it from the value of which company? Colgate. Piyush, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I'm asking you to, why not you on your video so that I can see you are there or not? You are always, there is a lag in your response. I don't know why. And it's something which I'm observing not from today. I'm observing, Piyush, this lag in your response since the day you are there in the session. Why you respond with a lag? Huh? Why do you respond with a lag? Tell me. What I'm trying to say, Piyush, over here, this minority interest, right? You got the concept of minority interest?
Yes, sir.
Minority interest is clear. Minority interest is something which doesn't belong to whom?
Colgate.
Does not belong to?
Colgate.
Colgate. For example, here we are subject companies, Colgate. So Colgate and its shareholders. Right? So Colgate's shareholders especially. Colgate shareholders cannot have a claim on those values, right?
Yes.
right? And because it does not belong to the Colgate shareholders, so when we have to find out equity value, what is equity value? What is equity value, Sajal? What is equity value? What is equity value? Are bolo bhai Sajal? Are you there or not? See, I guess I need to come to Jaipur now to make you speak. Still, you are not speaking. Is there any problem with your audio? Hello? I guess Sajal has some problem with her audio. Otherwise, she never take that much of time to respond. Yeah, Shravan, why don't you go and tell me what is equity value?
Equity value is market price per share into number of shares outstanding.
I don't know what value. See, I explain me something, you explain me something else. Always, it's like that only.
Okay, so it is equity, is that part of the that value which is attributable to equity shareholders.
Yeah, it's a value which belongs to whom? Equity shareholders.
Shareholders.
It's a value of the business which belongs to whom? Who has the claim on this value?
Equity shareholders.
Equity shareholders, right? So that is why when you have to find out the equity value of any company, Piyush, don't you think you need to reduce this stake minority interest? Because this minority interest is something which can't go to equity shareholders, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So similarly, we remove debt or not? Tell me, we remove debt or not when we have to calculate equity value? Huh? We remove debt or not when we have to calculate equity value? Yeah. Similarly, we have to remove what? Minority interest, and we need to add what? All the non-operating assets in the form of investments, current investments, cash, bank balances, and everything that we need to add. So we need to subtract the Sajal debt. We need to subtract debt. We need to subtract
Minority interest.
Minority interest, but we need to add what? All the cash plus cash balances, investments, plus some securities, marketable securities in which companies invest, marketable securities. Yeah. Plus banks, all this cash which is lying idle with the company, basically, right? Sajal, you're not audible. Just can you try once more? Maybe this time you get audible.
Is it?
Yeah, it's audible now. It's audible now. Yeah. Awesome. So from whom do we reduce all these numbers to reach to equity value? From what we reduce all this number from to reach to equity value? To reach to equity value, we need to reduce all these numbers or add all these numbers to what?
Enterprise value.
Enterprise value, right? So enterprise value is the value of entire firm, right? So we said enterprise value is the value for the entire firm irrespective of debt holders plus equity holders. And today we will add one more thing, irrespective of if there is a minority interest holders or not. So it's a value which represents the value of the business from the perspective of debt holders, equity holders, and if there are any minor interest holders, that would also be part of it. Is it clear? Tell me. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So from enterprise value, you will deduct debt, you will deduct MI, and you will add cash, investment, all these items, and you will reach to where? Equity value. So, but if you are given equity value, on the other hand, Sajal, now don't do the drama of saying that we can't hear you, you are completely audible, okay? Whenever you don't have to answer, you play this smart. Shravan, you are not observing or not, Sajal? Huh, Shravan? Whenever she doesn't have to answer, she would play this drama. But
no, no.
It can't happen, right?
Yeah,
Mr.
maybe
Biswas,
it has happened multiple times.
No, Shravan, don't be playing a diplomatic role over here. Then in that case, you should not be finance guy. Then you should go and become a collector of any, you should do IPSC or UPSC exam. If you have to be a bureaucrat, not taking anyone's side, then you have to become bureaucrat. Mr. Biswas is a more finance guy. Mr. Biswas, tell me, isn't it a strategy which Sajal is using? Whenever she doesn't have to give an answer, she will say, I'm not audible. She will write on message, I'm not audible. Huh?
I never write. I was Madhav, this is the first time I think I'm writing this.
So this is the first time only you're not able to answer, no? That's why.
No.
Yeah, it can't happen. So now you answer. Now see, everybody is able to listen to Sajal, right? So everybody is a witness to the fact that you are audible. So you can't make fool of it out of us. So tell me, if the journey is to be reversed, that means if you have equity value and you have to reach to enterprise value, what adjustment will you have to do? What adjustment, Sajal? And you are perfectly audible, Sajal, by the way, okay?
Yeah.
If you are having equity value and you have to reach to enterprise value, what adjustment you need to do?
I am on equity value. I'll minus cash and cash, investments, marketable, all the non-operating.
You subtract all the non-operating assets,
non-operating
which are
assets.
not in the operations, but they still belong to shareholders. Okay, subtract that. Okay.
Then I'll add minority interest, and I will add
minority interest. Brilliant.
And will add debt.
And I will add
debt.
And I will reach where?
Enterprise value.
Enterprise value. So this time you knew the answer, so you didn't make
no.
This, we got the message. Now it's proven. So this is brilliant, by the way. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but this is brilliant, Sajal. Awesome. So a little difference to this can be, new terminology to this can be. For example, Ritu, are you there? Ritu, are you there, or you slept already? Ritu, are you there or slept? Hello? Ritu, are you there or slept already? She's not there. Yeah, Mamta, you are there? Oh, but she's not well today. Let's not bring her in this. Then we are left with Bhaskar. Is not there with us today. Okay, Annamala, you are there? Hello, Annamala. You are there, Mr. Annamala? Yeah, Annamala, but you were not there yesterday. To go to yesterday's session also to understand.
Sure.
Yeah, please go ahead. So we are left with you, Sajal, Mr. Biswas, and Shravan. So let's, because we are asking with Sajal, so let be it with Sajal only. So Sajal, we need to understand this cash which we have to subtract and this debt which we have to add. These two things can take another one form, and that is called as what? Net debt.
Net debt.
What is net debt? Net debt is nothing
but debt minus cash.
Net debt is nothing but
debt minus cash.
Debt minus
cash.
Cash and cash flows, right? Yeah. So if this is something which can be another adjustment which you can see in some places. See, these all are terminologies. Few people would like to keep it as simple as this only. Then what will happen is this, that everybody gets into the fashion of seeing this. There is no innovation. So then there's some person who come up with a new innovative term, say net debt, which is debt by enough cash and this, and then suddenly people start using this terminology. Some new spice you need in life, right? Otherwise, life is very boring. Yes or no? Hello?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, in place of cash separately listed, debt separately listed use, it can be something as net debt. So do not get confused. You know what is the meaning of net debt? Atisha, what is the meaning of net debt? Hello? Is Atisha there, or Atisha already left? It seems not to be there. Yeah. So what is Piyush? What is net debt?
Total debt minus cash.
Debt minus cash. So is Reliance a debt-free company? Is Reliance a debt-free company?
No, not at all.
No.
But is Reliance a debt-free company? No, it has a lot of debt. But is Reliance a net debt-free company?
Net debt-free company?
Yeah. Net debt-free company? Yes. I don't know about the recent 1 year development, but when the time, when a lot of investment had come from all the MNCs, you would have heard, right? I don't know if it was Google or whosoever had invested in the company at a very high price, and Facebook, everyone invested in company.
Yes, Google, Apple, everywhere.
February, right? January, February, March 2020. Everyone invested, everyone was about investing into this company, right? And then there was a rumor which came that Amazon is also going to invest, but we realized that Amazon is a competitor, so it's not going to invest into Reliance, and something like that was there. At that point in time, the company had raised so much of cash that it became net debt-free company. Few people started saying that it is a debt-free company. I said, boss, it is not debt-free company. Just listen to the word carefully. It's not a debt-free company. No fake videos people start making these days on YouTube, try to imitate some smart ideas of stock, but actually they are just fake, right? And they would just read something somewhere and they would just come and do vomit in the video and upload a video, and there are people who would watch those videos and do trading, make trading decision based on that also. And in a market like the rally which was going on in 1.5 years, last 1.5 year to 2 years, everything was running. So everything, everyone got a brand, but not everyone is so good. So you need to understand, few people were saying in the videos, it's a debt-free company, it's a debt-free company. Actually, it was never a debt-free company. It became what? A net debt-free company. What is net debt-free company? That means if it has a debt of 100, Sajal, it also had a cash of 100. So on that basis, is there any, the company has a capacity to pay out debt immediately if it is required to be paid. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
So net debt basis zero means what? So whatever debt the company has, the same amount of
Cash they are having.
The same amount of cash they are having, right? So it's a net debt company, net debt free company. That means what? It's a terminology which means that the company, if the company has a debt of 100, at the same point in time, the company has a cash of
100.
Many times you will read it's a net debt free company. And then what we pick, Sajal, is what we understand. Somebody is saying it is a net debt free company, but you understand debt free company, so you will just pick two words, debt free company. And then you would make some decision based out of it, thinking it's a debt free company, and you present and go in some meetings and you will show a debt equity ratio of 0. You will say the company has a debt equity ratio of 0. Right? But people who understand it say you are food, or either you are fuel or are you making us food. Because we know it's not a debt free company, it's not a debt equity, net debt free company hoga, तो उसका debt equity 0 नहीं होगा. There would be some debt equity ratio. Debt तो है उस company में. Are you getting what I'm saying? The company does have debt. The only thing is that on a net debt basis, that means debt minus cash basis, it's a net free, it's 0. But does company have debt? Yeah, company can have debt. Company can have a debt of 100 crore rupees. At the same time, company has a cash of 100 crore rupees. Net debt basis what? It is free. Is it clear? Will it have a debt equity ratio? Yes, it will have debt equity ratio. More than 0, right? Yeah? Is it clear? Shravan, do you get this concept?
Yes. Yes.
Indradeep, Biswas, do you get this concept?
Yes, but I haven't heard anyone saying net debt free.
So that means you haven't read much. You need to understand. If you haven't heard, and if I have heard, that means you haven't read much, because I read every day.
Okay,
Only last 10 days I told you that I'm not reading regularly. But anyways, I'm reading. Otherwise, I'm reading every day to 2.5 hours, right? So if you haven't heard people saying it's a net debt free company, what you need to do, Mr. Biswas? That's a clear cut sign that you are not reading alpha ideas even after my thousands and crores of requests. So that means you are caught red-handed. You are caught what? Red-handed. Sajal, he is caught what? He is caught what?
Red-handed.
Yeah, and so are you, Sajal, because even you didn't know what is this word is.
I didn't know net debt, but I have heard net debt. It's
okay. See?
Yeah.
This is again a proof that you are playing smart with us, right? Yeah. So, Mr. Biswas, you need to start reading what? Alpha ideas.
Alpha ideas, yeah.
Sajal, what you need to start? You need to start. See, Sajal, your job.
Reading alpha ideas.
Your job at this company. What is the name of the company? I forgot. Acuity.
Equity.
It's a great thing. I'm telling you, it's a great job. It's everything is good. You need to understand, but don't get settled in that job. That's a problem, because whatever you would be doing at Acuity, you will find that 10 years from now would be done same thing, but would be done by machine, by computer. So if you are thinking right now, for example, you are 18-year-old and you are thinking that you would work till 65, it's not going to happen, Sajal, because by the time you will become 28. Whatever skills you have acquired working in Acuity would no more be required in the market. Why? Because a robot with the name a robot with the same name, maybe a robot or a robot with the name of Saijal Gupta ki jagah SG would come and replace Saijal Gupta. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you need to do what? You need to keep yourself relative. You need to keep yourself updated. You need to keep yourself important for the market. And how would that happen, Saijal? How would that happen? I'm not asking you to wake up at 4 o'clock and start reading. Whenever you are comfortable, boss, you might be comfortable in the evening, right? You might be comfortable by reading during the time of 11 to 1 in the night. I'm not stopping you to do that. That's not a bad habit. It's your choice. 24 hours, everyone is getting in their life. It's their choice which 2 hours or 3 hours they want to dedicate to reading. Do they want to dedicate the morning hours? Do they want to dedicate during the office hours? If in acuity while working, you get some 2 hours free in the day, you can utilize that. Are you getting what I'm saying, Saijal Gupta?
Yes, yes.
So you need to do what?
Read every day.
You need to beat Robot SG. You need to beat what?
Beat Robot SG.
You need to beat Robot SG because this
I
is going
don't
to
have
future.
to. I don't have to beat Robot SG. I have to make sure that he was now.
No. See, that's not the way now. You can't make sure it. Now, Saijal, you need to understand what is the population of the world. What is the population of the world?
700 crores.
700 crores. Okay.
World ki 700 crore.
Shravan, what is the population of the world? In India, what is the population?
135.
135 crores.
Sumati, you are mute.
No. He's talking to someone else.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Somebody had come to the door. I have to get a check. Sorry. Yeah. So what I was saying. What is the world population of India? 1.2 billion people, right?
1.2.
It is 1.2. So now it has gone to 1.35 billion people. So 135 crore. Is this the right number I have written?
Yes.
135 crore.
Yes.
And world population is somewhere around 700 billion people. So that is, or 800 billion people. So that is what?
Yes, 700 crores.
Yeah. So now let's find out your proportion in this Saijal, because you want to make sure that it never comes, right? So we'll find out your proportion in this. So don't give too much importance to yourself. You need to understand you are 0.000000014% of the world. And the world is progressing, you can't become a halt in that process. Are you getting what I'm saying, Saijal? Just because of your laziness, that you don't want to study and upgrade yourself, you can't have a negative thought that you will stop the world to grow.
No, I don't want that key.
But then that's you said, I will make sure that never comes. Robot SG never comes, right? Robot SG is going to come. You need to understand artificial intelligence is not a myth now. Artificial intelligence is going to come with a much more force, in a much more better manner, and in much more mainstream. It is right now in the side stream, somewhere it is there, somewhere it is not there. But is it not going to come into the mainstream? It is going to come into the mainstream. You accept it or not, it is going to be the reality.
So Sumit, in that case, we need to invest in those stocks.
In that case, you need to read Alpha Ideas.
Yeah. To find out the stocks
updated.
Yeah.
I
think Tata Elixir is into that. AI.
See, you read आज के time पे you pick any IT company's resume, artificial intelligence, machine learning would be the common words which would be in their resume.
Yes.
You know, so you go to LinkedIn, and the one liner which everybody writes about themselves, you go and read. They would say, I am a blockchain enthusiast, finance
Blockchain,
enthusiast, private equity enthusiast, and this and that. And you go and check them what he's doing. You will find that he is actually berojgar. He's not working anywhere. See his profile on LinkedIn, you will see this guy must be making minting crores rupees a year.
What happened
Maybe
yesterday
50 lakh
that
rupees of package every year, but you go and talk to them and meet them. Actually, in reality, you would be not even be having money to buy a good shirt. Internet is free. You can write, and you have all the, and we are not in China, right? Where we can be forced to not write something and forced to write something. I get what I'm saying.
So this blockchain concept has evolved a lot. Means the IT guys, they are thinking that with the blockchain and cryptocurrency, they means they own the cryptocurrency concept. And yesterday I was talking with one of my friend. So he is into IT, and he told that this Bitcoin will go up to 1 lakh per 1 lakh USD. So just buy and buy.
Today, for example, I had a dream yesterday that Indrajit Biswas is going to beat Ambani in the pay scale. What to do? See, whenever you get a person who tell you that this is going to happen, you need to understand there's so much of if and but to that. Who knows what is going to happen here?
No, I'm
20
just
years back, if you would have asked some IT guy, where do you see yourself? He would have told you that I would see myself becoming a CEO of some startup, some IT company. But today you go and ask the same person, you would find that he's retired already. Right? See, in the entry, if there are 10,000 people enter from any batch and every year, engineer, only one would become an CEO, right? Of one company. If there are 100 companies, there are 100 people who can become CEO. All the 1,000 people were claiming to become CEO. Now only 100 can become CEO, right? So what are those 9,900 would be doing? Either they would have earned so much that they would have retired, or they would have become something else, or they would be still stuck in some middle management thing, right? So in reality, what will happen? Nobody knows. The only thing is that keep yourself updated rather than getting into this price movement study that आज $60,000 पे है, $1 lakh पे जाने वाला है, so why not I buy today so that I can sell it in $1 lakh. I don't know if Bitcoin is going to go $10 lakh, it is going to go $0. Who knows? So we don't know what is going to happen, but what is important is that to have develop independent thinking. What your friend says is not important. What you think is important. And that independent thinking you need to develop to create your own independent identity. Otherwise, Robert SG is going to come, and in the dream you can think I will stop everything, but those dreams are something which are not going to be fulfilled, Sajan. So you need to understand laziness को kill करो, and acuity में रहते भी alpha ideas को adopt करो. Right? That is the path forward. Yeah. Yes or no? You have no right to say no, by the way. In this question. In this question, you don't have any right to say no. Right? So MI we did, market cap we did. Now let's take a 5-10 minutes of break. It's almost, I'm speaking constantly. Let's take 5-10 minutes break. So also guys go on break and we meet in 5-10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Are you guys back? Hello? Are you guys back?
Yes, yes, we can continue.
Cool. Oh, so Bhaskar has also joined us back now. I thought, how come number has increased? Number of participants have increased. All right. So where were we? We discussed about equity value. We discussed about minority interest. We discussed about net debt and how to derive enterprise value based on if you are given equity value. We need to add what? In equity value, we need to add minority interest. We need to add debt and we need to subtract cash. And net debt is nothing but debt minus cash. So if directly we will add this number only, it would give the same effect, right? So how would I create enterprise value over here? It's very simple, right? I'll pick equity value, which is nothing but market cap, plus the minority interest, plus net debt. Copy this and paste it. I'll get this value, right? Now, where can I find the information of EPS? Which companies have I selected? All these are publicly listed companies, yes or no? All these are publicly listed companies, yes or no, guys? Hello, are you alive?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
All these are publicly listed companies. So because these all are publicly listed companies, data like earning per share, data like EBITDA, and data like minority interest, data like market cap or equity value, all these would be easily available, yes or no? If,
Yes.
for example, I want to know what is the market capital, equity capital of equity value of Infosys, how easy or difficult it is? It's very easy, right? Go to screener. In the screener, click on which company? Infosys, right? Click on Infosys. All this information are there or not? Tell me. Market cap, there, easily available. What else you need? Earning per share easily available. What does you need? EBITDA, you can go down, you will find EBITDA. Or quarterly EBITDA or annual EBITDA, whichever you want, you will find easily. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. This is operating profit. This is nothing but EBITDA, right? What else you need? Tell me. Cash balance, investment balance. Where do you find? Over here. Yeah. So investment. So this is cash equivalent. Click on other asset, cash equivalent, so cash balance, loans and advances, right? All these values are easily available. So minority interest, if there would have been many minority interest, it would be part of share capital, would be easily available over here. There doesn't seem to be any minority interest, but still we can always check. We can otherwise also we can see to do what in order to find out if there is any minority interest. See here. Is there any minority interest? Yes. See, they are calling it what? Not non-controlling interest. The interest which is not under their control. What is that? 394 crore in March. 58 crore in March 2019. Earlier was it there? Earlier it wasn't there. If you notice, it wasn't there. It was always zero. But since 2018, 19, 20, these values there is a value. Why do you think Infosys have these values? And why it wasn't having earlier? See, you need to understand. See, it is the time period of 16, 17, 18, the digital era has really boomed up, right? And Infosys and companies like Infosys, like Wipro and HCL, they know that they are into traditional IT services. If they need to stay relevant even in the future, they would have to come up with which services? The new age IT services. So either in order to come up with a new service, either you can develop it internally by hiring those kind of people. Or you can do what? You can acquire companies, right? You can acquire companies, yes or no?
ये एक मीटिंग में ज्वाइन किया था वो इसलिए.
हेलो. हाँ आप
नहीं मैं वर्क फ्रॉम होम में हूँ.
So guys, yeah. So so these companies like Wipro, Infosys, they are on hiring. They are on what? They are on acquiring spree. They're acquiring companies more and more with which kind of capability? AI, ML, this kind of capabilities, and these are generally startup. So startup people also need money. So they are ready to sell themselves to Infosys, but the owner might not be selling the 100% of it. And that is why you would find this non-controlling interest. So minority interest can also be known as what, guys? Minority interest can also be known as what?
Non-controlling interest.
Brilliant. Non-controlling interest, right? Why? As the name suggests, the name itself, right? It's an interest which they have, over which they have no control. Hello? Yes or no?
Yes.
They're not controlling interest, right? So obviously they have been acquiring a lot of companies, so it's quite common to see that these are there. Yeah, hi Mr. Malik, I can see you are there. You need to take the poll. Is it that? Yeah. I can unmute you. Malik bhai, आप हो ना? Guys, just give me a second. हाँ, just can आप unmute कर सकते हैं? ले लीजिए मलिक भाई feedback. Mr. Malik, hello, can you hear me? Guys, just give me a second. I guess Mr. Malik is going to launch the feedback like yesterday, right? So this would be for our level 2 training, okay, which we are doing. So yesterday there was confusion, right? So that was for level 1. This is for level 2 and level 3, which we are doing right now. I'm just combining things and I'm doing it, right? So yeah, so he's going to launch it. Just message me. Actually, he's on parallelly on another call, so that is why he was not picking my call. But he's just going to launch it, and you guys can give rating as per your experience. Yeah. Is it launched, guys? Can you see it on your screen? Hello. Is the poll? Can you see anyone on your screen?
No. No.
Okay. Don't worry, he'll do it. He has logged in with the ID Damin Datta. He'll be doing it. Okay, by the time it is launched, let's complete the point which we were discussing. Non-controlling interest, no question, right? It's clear, right? It is nothing but minority interest only. So what I'm trying to say is that this all information are publicly available. The EPS, the EBITDA. Yeah.
Now we can see the poll.
Yeah, please give.
It has
Please do
launched.
it. Now, please do submit it and then we continue. Let me confirm once you submit it. Hello. Yeah, guys, I guess all of you, or two people are still left. Two people are still left. So just see, guys, who is left. Please do it ASAP so that we can continue with our discussion. Yeah. Saijal, you have done it, right? Piyush, you have done it, right?
Done. Sumit done.
And Mamta, have you done it? Mamta, are you there? Okay, Shravan, have you done it?
Yes, done. Sumit.
Cool.
Sumit, you are on mute, Sumit.
Yeah, sorry, Bhaskar. I was on call with Malik sir only, actually on my phone line.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
I know. But that was a good observation. Now with video on, I can also, do all this hand expression and all so that you understand, right? That's an advantage.
Yeah.
So because we are picking all these as a publicly listed companies, guys, it's easy for us to really what? Pick all this information. Now, after we have picked all this information, the two ratios which we are relying on, what are these two ratios? One is price to earning multiple and another one is EV by EBITDA multiple, as you would have noticed, right? Price to earning multiple is what? Price per share upon earnings per share, right? So we have price per share, right? This one. And we can take the data earning per share for all these companies from, because these are publicly listed companies, so we can take all this data, right? Yes or no? Huh? Guys? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, Sumit.
So we can calculate price by earning multiple, which is this you would have seen for 2 years, 2015 and 2016. Price and earning multiple has been calculated for the company, right? Similarly, we can also calculate something called as EV by EBITDA multiple. As I said, EV is directly is calculated. How do we calculate EV? What is the formula? Hello, Mr. Vishwas. What is the formula we use to calculate EV? Mr. Vishwas, so where?
No.
नहीं तो फिर जवाब दो ना. How did we calculate EV?
It's basically total market capital minus debt minus minority interest and minus cash and cash equivalent.
Is it correct, guys? What you said, is it correct? Huh? Was it said, is it correct? Saijal, what this was said is correct or wrong? Hello? Is this the right place?
We will add back cash.
We will add back cash. That means, Saijal, you need to really take a long break. Okay? You only define. What are we calculating over here? We are going the journey from equity value to enterprise value. If you are going from equity value to enterprise value, we'll add debt, we'll add minority interest, and we will deduct cash.
Yes. Minus.
So what are you doing? Are you sleeping over there? Are you dreaming? Are you dreaming of robot coming live?
No.
So what has happened? Don't do this. Daydreaming is something which can be good because they say dream is something which do not let you sleep, right? So it's good. But when you are in session, do not do that. Yeah, because you might lose an opportunity to learn something, right? Yeah. So can we calculate EV by EBITDA quickly? Yeah, because enterprise value we can calculate based on the market cap, the minority interest, the net debt, and so net debt already includes, Bhaskar, what? Debt minus cash. So net debt is an entry which includes both debt and cash. Okay. So all these three items are there, so we can calculate enterprise value for each of the companies, which we have calculated over here. So EV by EBITDA multiple, now what we'll do is we'll keep enterprise value on the numerator and we'll keep EBITDA on the denominator. Where is EBITDA to be calculated? EBITDA for all these companies are clearly available. Why? Because all these are listed companies. They have to issue shares, right? Yes or no? They have to issue shares, and because they have to issue shares, they have to give all their financial information publicly. They have to submit. Yes or no, guys? Tell me quickly. Hello.
Yes,
Being a
sir.
publicly listed company, isn't it your obligation to give all the financial information publicly reported? Hello.
Yes.
Bhaskar, you are a part of a startup, right? Your startup is not a publicly listed company, so you do not have to give the financial information to someone. But the day it becomes a publicly listed company, don't you think your company would be responsible to issue all the audited financial statements in public domain?
Yes.
Right. So because all these companies are available, financials are available in public domain, so you can have this information very handily, right? And even you don't have to open their financial statements to this. I have shown you one website. Which website is that, Bhaskar? Which website is there where you can get all the public this kind of financial information for all the public companies in India? Screener. Which website is there, Bhaskar? Screener.
Screener.
Similarly, Bhaskar, there are a couple of more websites which you can use. One is Screener. Similarly, there is Trendline. Okay, Trendline. Trendline is also a good platform. You can get all these information. Okay, so what is the company which, for example, Infosys? Okay, Infosys. So you click on Infosys and you'll get the Infosys page, and there if you can click on financials, you get all the information. The quarterly result, and you have the option to make it consolidated, Shravan. When you can have a view of consolidated, you can have a view of standalone. And you want to have quarterly result, you want to have annual numbers, you want to have balance sheet, you have to have financial ratios. If you quickly calculated financial ratios are also there. Profitability, liquidity, all these ratios are already calculated, Bhaskar, for you, right? So you can quickly use it if you need. And cash flow statement, right? So, right, and so this is what you can have, right, quickly. And yeah, so these are financial information. Then also you have link to their earning calls. If there is a call transcript available, if the call is happening regularly. And if you want to have a look on the actual annual report, then you can click over here, annual report, and all the annual reports will be available over here. So you can have a PDF annual reports also if you want to download them. There is a quick link, right? There's a quick link of all the annual reports, which is in a very sorted manner, right? And a few companies also come up with investor presentation. That is something also you can download from here. But do all the companies need to compulsory come up with investor presentation? No, it's not mandatory, Bhaskar. In fact, investor presentation is something which even a startup company, you would also be preparing for your investors, right? Those
Yes.
who, if there is any external investors, you have to regularly prepare investor presentation and showcase your performance to the respective investors, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, this is for because this is public companies, the public is investors. So that is why all these informations are available publicly. Yours is a private company, so that is why only private people, few people would be interested as investors. So that is why you have to share with them only, right? So all these informations are there, and this is also a good website. You can explore this. Yeah? Trendline is also good. Yeah. Okay. Now, having calculating price to earning multiple, EV by EBITDA multiple, what you can have a view, Bhaskar, over here is this, that you can create two different statistics you can use to have an average view. What are those statistics? Average and median. Average and median. Look. Are you getting what I'm saying? Average and median are two statistics, Bhaskar, which you can use to calculate or have a complete industry level view. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right. So this is what we have done. Which one is good, Bhaskar? Either should we calculate average? Should we calculate median? Which one is good? Any idea? Which one is good, Bhaskar? Average or median?
Any average, has some. I mean, the general average has some drawbacks because it doesn't tell what is the minimum one, what is the maximum one. So it averages out. Sometimes some year we might not perform that well, but still it averages out and it gives the result. Whereas in median, it gives you a parameter of a medium point.
So basically, in median, what median does is that it removes the extremes out of it, right? So, for example, I give a very simple example. In a bus, there are 5 people sitting. Saijal, Mr. Biswas, Bhaskar, Shravan, and they're traveling in a bus, okay, or a car, maybe car, and Piyush, right? So 5 people are sitting, right? And the net worth of Saijal is, for example, 2 CR. Biswas have a net worth of 5 CR. Or let's keep it annual income. For example, Saijal is working at a package of 10 lakhs. Mr. Biswas is working at a package of 12 lakhs. Bhaskar is working at a package of 20 lakhs. Shravan is working at a package of, for example, 8 lakhs. Okay. And Piyush is working at a package of 6 lakhs. Right. Okay. So what is the average of this group? If I say what is the average package of this group, you would say the average package of this group is 11.2 lakhs, right? So does 11.2 represent these numbers? Mostly it represents these numbers, right? But suddenly one fine day in this group joins Mukesh Ambani. Now Mukesh Ambani might be working at a package of, in lakhs, if you have to calculate, you might be working at a package of 1 lakh. Suddenly, what would be the average?
It's unjustified.
16,000 lakh rupees of package, right? So suddenly now if you pick Piyush and you say on an average Piyush might be earning 16,000 lakh rupees, 16,000 lakh rupees, which is equal to what? 76 crore, 76 lakh, 166 crore. So income tax department, for example, is checking the data. Piyush might have not submitted any. Piyush would not have done what? Piyush would not have filed. Piyush would have filed for income tax, but have paid 0 interest tax. Right? Because up to 6 lakh, logically, do not have to pay any tax, right? But what will happen? Income tax people would send a notice to Piyush. Why? That you are doing some fraud. Why? Because someone sitting in the income tax department might not have this data, but might have an average data. That average of this group is actually on an average, this group of 6 people is earning 166 crore rupees. So by that logic, average tax paid by each of these persons should be more somewhere around 40-50 crore rupees, right? Whereas we see Piyush has given 0 tax. So people would put Piyush behind jail, right? That you are doing fraud and you are not paying tax. Why are you not paying tax? You should be paying 40 crore rupees of tax. And Piyush said, I don't have 40 rupees. You're talking about 40 crore rupees. What are you talking about, guys? So isn't it a problematic thing? Whereas if you calculate median, if that income tax guy would have been smart enough to calculate median, Piyush would have been saved. We need to understand. See, what is the median of this number? 11. Which is equal to what? Which is equal to, if you remember, excluding Mukesh Ambani, also this came the average only, right?
Correct.
So excluding Mukesh Ambani, this was the average of the group, right? And which we said is a better representative of this group, right? 11.2 lakhs. So it's coming with the median, right? 11.11 lakhs or something, right? So now, if this group is earning 11 lakh rupees, obviously Piyush would be saved from jail, and nobody is going to put him behind the jail, or no notice is going to come, because it happens now. 11 lakh rupees on an average is their income group. So average income group is 11 lakhs. Obviously, tax collection would be low only, right? Highest to highest tax someone would pay on an average would be around 50,000 or 30,000, something like that, right? So average creates what? Average is something which is highly used, Bhaskar, but average is something which never gives the proper reflection of the numbers.
Correct.
And that is why average is always skewed towards one or two extreme. Similarly, it affects both sides. Mukesh Ambani ki jagah pe, if some Chandu would have joined this group, some Chandu would have joined this group, and who is earning 0.1 lakh, 0.01 lakhs. Suddenly what will happen? Average fell down to 9.55. So it can skew. Right now, these all numbers are also not very big, so that is why 0.011 is not having too much an impact. But if, for example, all these numbers, I write it down in thousands or in lakhs, and then I write one number as 0.001, suddenly you'll find average. For example, if I write as 1,000, 10,000, I write as 12,000, and this I write as 20,000. This number I write as 8,000, and this number I write as 6,000, and Chandu's number I write as 0.001. Suddenly you will find the average getting impacted. All this average is coming what? 9,333. And average of this will be coming as what? 11,200. So 11,200 is a better represented. Yes or no? But it will come 9,333. So from that perspective, median is always superior than average as a concept. And here also, if you notice, all averages are coming very high as compared to median for all this. Why? Because of only of one culprit. And who is that culprit, you know?
At 97,
There is only one company, Gillette India.
Gillette India.
If you see, all the numbers for Gillette India is extremely high as compared to other competitors. All the numbers on all parameters. So, for example, P ratio is coming 92 and 91. All of the ratios are somewhere around 40, 50, 40, 50, 40, 30, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50, right? Or EV by EBITDA, all the numbers are in and around 30, 28, 30, 28, 30. These numbers are coming what? 53, 50, almost double. And because of which average is getting skewed. And because of which you might end up applying a very high multiple to Colgate, whereas you should have applied a multiple of 43, you would have end up applied what multiple? 49. And it is going to have a huge impact. See, for example, if earnings of Colgate is 100 rupees. Okay. So at a multiple of 49, the price per share would come 4,900. And at a multiple of 43, the price would come at a price of, the value will come at a price of 43. So what is the diversion between these two values? How much is two values different? See, there's a difference of 14%. There's a difference of
14%.
14%, and 14% is a huge number, right? 13%. There's a difference of 13% between the value, right? So if, for example, if you invest into a company like Colgate, 13% is kind of return you can expect in 2 years. But if you are wrong with that, you might end up investing into at a very high valuation at which you do not find any return. You get what I'm saying? Let's open 2 years chart, right? Let's see. The problem is with this that it's fallen well, but let's not keep coronavirus situation, right? Other than coronavirus situation, it was priced at what? 1,483 on 24th April 2020. Okay. 23 April 2020, what was the price?
1,483.
And today is after 2 years. Today, 2020. Today is 16th January 2022, right? After almost 1.5 years, what is the price? 1,460. Has it given any return?
No.
Actually, it has lost money for you. So you would invest at a multiple of 49, 79, expecting a 5% return, because that's what these days, because this is a mature company now, right? So 5-7% is what you can expect. But you would, at this multiple, you would expect that you will earn 5-7% in a year, but actually you would be losing 13% in that year, right? It can happen. So you need to be reasonable, and that's why though average is written over here, but I would really want you guys to use which multiple? Median. Which multiple?
Got you, sir.
Median, because median is not biased. Average is biased both on the upper and the lower side. Yeah. Is it clear?
Yeah, Sumit, clear.
So now very simple. After that, I don't think anybody had any problem. So if I use a price earning multiple, and which multiple should I use? I should use median. Similarly, for EV by EBITDA multiple, which multiple should I use? Median, right? And we just understood why, right? Now, one thing which come is premium and discount. This is something for the time being, let's ignore. Okay, let's ignore. Yeah, let's ignore. Let's, for example, it is 0, 0. There is no impact. Okay. After that, what is there? It's very simple. If it is price earning multiple, average price earning multiple basket of the industry, if you will multiply, see if PE is there and you will multiply it with E, what you will get? PE,
Market price.
You get price, right? See, basket is like this, P divided by E is there, right? This you are multiplying with E. So EE will get cancelled, yes or no? So what you will be left with? P, right? So PE multiple is what? 39. And you multiply it with earnings of what?
EPS.
Colgate, because the Colgate's price we have to find out, right? So you multiply it with Colgate's earnings. Colgate's earnings. For example, Colgate earning is what? 23.6. Is this information easy to calculate? Yeah, we know we would be having financial statement of the company, which we would be finding the value of, right?
So if PE is higher than it's overvalued, right?
If PE is, you have used a PE which is very high, you would arrive at a price which would be very high, right? Reasonably. Yeah. So what is the price right now? 922. So this should be the price. 922 should be the price of the share. Now you compare it with what? Actual market price. Actual market price.
Market price.
So this is we are calculating at 2015, right? So let's see 2015. What was the price? In year 2015, what was the price? What was the price? 2015. What is the price? 980. This is the price, right? So what is the actual market price? 980. So 2-3%, 4% here and there, but are we coming up with the price which is similar to what is market mate is trading, right? Yes or no? So that means what? It is fairly valued already. So we should be what? We should be indifferent investing into it. Yes or no? See, if the actual price would have been 700, then what should have you done? The actual price would have been 700. What should you have done?
Undervalued stock.
It should have been undervalued. So you should have done what? You should have bought. You would have bought, right?
Yeah.
If you would have bought, what is the potential to earn? You could make how much return? Because the fair value based on the market multiple is coming 922, and it is right now at 700 trading. So what is the return you can expect?
131%,
right? But if it is a fair value of 922 and actual market price is also somewhere around 922, 980, what is the return you can expect if you buy it? You are fairly highly indifferent. It would be 5-7% only. You need to understand. So let's compare it. If you would have invested at 980, what is the current price going on? 1460, right? Right? And how many years? We're talking about 7 years, right? 2015, 2022, 7 years, right? So see what is the return it has. This stock has given in 7 years. 1460 divided by 980. CAGR return we have to calculate, right? 7 years CAGR return. So in 7 years there would be six growth, right? In 7 years there will be 6 growth. So 2015 to 2016, how many years are there? 2 years. But number of round of growth will be what? 1. So yeah. So in 7 years, how many rounds of growth will be there? 6
growth.
What is the return you have generated? What is the return?
7%.
Isn't 6.9%? Isn't it such very minuscule return? Hello?
Yes.
Isn't it a very minuscule return? So that is why I would say you are indifferent, because then it would grow as a mature company like would grow. right? There's no point if it was currently, but if it would have been priced 700, you would have returned earned how much?
13%.
13%. Then it would have made sense to buy a company which was undervalued then. But if it is fairly valued, you can't expect high return because you could have got more return by investing into PPF. Hello? Yes or no?
Yes.
PPF that time used to give 8.5 or 8.6% return.
Correct.
Or if you would have logged FD, even FD used to give a 8 to 9% return in 2015-16. If you would have locked the price for 5 years, don't you think it's still 5 years? So for 5 years, you would have generated 9%, right? So you haven't generated any extraordinary return buying into this stock at fair value, right? And also, this is a mature company. Given the company is available at fair value, but the underlying company is not a mature company, it's a growing company. Underlying company is what? A growing company. Available at what? Fair value. Should you buy it? Yes, you should go buy it. Why? See, it is a given fact that the Colgate revenue wouldn't have grown a lot in the last 5 years. You need to understand. Why? Because it has achieved its maturity. But so that is why mostly it would have grown at an economic growth rate of 7-8%, and that is the return it has given. Ultimately, it all boils down in the growth then. So inherent growth left in Colgate is what, 6-7%, or maybe it will further go down to 5-3 or 2% to population growth. As many times I keep on telling, once a company become mature, it grows generally at a very meager growth rate, right?
Yeah, I understood that part.
But if you have bought a growing company which is having an expectation to grow at 20%, and if that company is available at fair value, go buy it. Because if you think that the company is to grow at 20%, the same will be reflected in the price also. So the price would also grow by 20%, 22% or 18%. 2% here and there, right? So this is the perspective, guys, right? So that's done over here. The last point is premium discount. Should you give any premium this average value which you have calculated? It's your choice. You need to understand. If you think that the companies which you have used to arrive at average numbers, are exactly the same what Colgate is, then you should not give any premium or discount. Or if you think Colgate is better than these companies, then you should apply premium. If you think Colgate is these companies are better than Colgate, then you should apply discount. So that is your subjectivity. For example, I believe HUL is better than Colgate. Why? Because HUL has multiple sources of growth now, because it is catering to various products. Second, it has a diversified source of income. So even if one particular category there is a lot of competition, would it impact the entire HUL? No, right? So I feel Hindustan Unilever is far better, Dabur is far better, Procter & Gamble is far better. So what I'll do, I'll apply discount to it. Maybe I'll apply 10% discount to the multiple. 10% discount to the multiple. So then my target multiple will be what? My target multiple will be what? The average multiple which I have come up with into the average multiple into, I want to use a multiple which is less by 10%. So I'll use I will apply this minus over 35 as a multiple rather than 39 as a multiple. Or if I think no, Colgate is far better than all these companies because it is quite focused, it is a lot focused, and it is a market leader in its category, and no other competition can beat it, then I apply 10% premium to it. So I'll, rather than using 39 as a multiple, I will use which multiple? I'll use 42.9 as a multiple, right? So it is a subjectivity. It's a window for subjectivity. That's all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Shravan, your question. Now I'll just take 1 minute to take your question. You said that because I had to leave. You need to understand that this is what giving you as a right. So actually, you would have got the answer itself because I explained it like in next 5 years why it get 5% return or why it get 20% return. There's a reason. What is the reason? The reason is the growth in that company. If you think that a company is valued currently at a fair value but has a growth expectation of 20%, then how would you derive the price? You will say right now it is fairly valued at 992, but because the revenue is to expect to grow at 20%, EBITDA margin expect to grow at 20%. So it is going to give a return of 20%. So in 5 years, it is going to give a return of 20%. So our 5-year price is 3027. If it is going to give a return of 25%, if it is going to give a return of 20%, I will say my right now fair value is 992, but my target price is 2468. But someone you need to understand, with respect to target price, you also have to give target time. You also give target. Both has to be given. One thing is not useful. Both the things needs to be there, right, Shravan? Tell me you get it or not.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can continue with our discussion, guys, in the next session. Let's close it. Thank you very much for today. I'm sorry I have to leave quickly because there are people waiting in the other side, other window from me. Okay.
Thank you so much, Sumit.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have any questions? Send me an email. I would respond.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.